Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a feel-good Friday night, and we got WWE Smackdown on tap tonight, folks. It's going to be a fun one. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into. Plus, we got more action coming your way. We're going to be here all night long, so make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we welcome you back. Hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You're feeling good. You're doing good. You're ready to go. But it's a Feel Good Friday, and I hope you're out there and you're happy, healthy, and safe. But it's going to be a good one on the channel. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. Plus, I know we're going to talk a little bit of money. King and Queen of the Ring. We've passed Money in the Bank. But we might talk about Money in the Bank as well. So much going on in the wrestling world, folks. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. As me and this pretty face have you for the next 3+ hours. It's going to be a crazy one as always. And if you don't know, well, I am Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. Happy Friday the 13th to those who celebrate. And much like Jason Voorhees, there's the rumor, the stories going around that we might see another tall, lumbering man making his debut in Friday Night Smackdown land.
Yeah, the rumors. The original story that came out was he will just be around. We don't know what he's going to do, but he's scheduled. He might be backstage. We'll see. So, I mean, there was a couple mysteries heading into the next couple days. We're talking about whether or not we add. I mean, perfect timing. This would make sense. Like if this was the moment you were waiting for to add an additional person, do the Tongas come back as well? For those who don't know, it is being reported that Hikaleu's finally Elijah Fatu.
Tala Tonga.
Tala Tonga is the best name ever, and it should stick. But does he take kind of Jacob's place in the 2.0? Do the Tongans return to kind of, you have to stack the deck against Jacob Fatu. Jacob versus everybody looks like an unfair advantage for Jacob. So you put him against a small army, it kind of balances it out. So yeah, maybe now's the time.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if he would take over for kind of Jacob's spot. He's been signed for a while now and hasn't
over
showed
a year.
Could it be a Lance though too? I don't know. Last I knew, he was still maybe injured, maybe wasn't.
Right.
But I could see him come in. He fills into that new kind of bloodline spot, especially if the Tongans aren't at the standby, because we know Tama Tonga just recently went off. Tonga Loa's been off since War Games, I believe.
Yeah, Tonga's been gone since War Games. Tama, it's been 2 months. Now there's other rumors about returns as far as things go. A lot of people anticipating maybe that Elio could get back. But a lot more people are talking about Goldberg. I don't know how I feel about this, bro. I'm struggling because this feels like the VKM booking. It's a tough one.
I don't get it. I don't want it. I don't need it. The only person, we've talked about this, and it's the same way I felt with Ric Flair. The only person who wants this match is old Willie. I've said this before. No one wants to see Goldberg versus Gunther anymore. No one wants to see that. Goldberg wasn't having good matches 5 years ago. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Yeah. I mean, again, can Gunther make a match out of it? I think Gunther is the guy that could get you there. If anybody can do it, Gunther can do it. But I don't know how excited I am. I mean, maybe people are. Maybe some people out there are thrilled that they're going to get one more Goldberg match.
I said before of what I think it was Gunther and 5 and all of this it was Gunther McAfee. This match should go far shorter than Gunther McAfee did go what I thought it should go. This match should be in 5 seconds. This should be he chops him 1, 2, 3. You're going to probably get a spear. Goldberg can't go more than a minute and a half tops.
Yeah, I wonder if we get a spear, like a surprise spear, quick jackhammer, but kick out. Maybe goes for another spear, eats a boot, gets choked out, and we go home. Like maybe that's how it goes. Does it soften the blow if it's a Saturday night main event?
Well,
that's the rumor.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. Atlanta, it's supposed to be Goldberg's retirement match. And do keep in mind, I was a huge Goldberg mark as a kid. Like, had the VHS of his highlights and everything that WCW put out. But now it's just an old man who's broken down and still clinging on to what once was. That's the thing. Gunther could have a good match with a broomstick, but you don't need to see that.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I kind of guess it is what it is. I mean, it will be very interesting to see if the WWE universe pops for it. Then we can't really say nothing. We might not be thrilled, but if the vast majority of their fan base is content, that I don't know what the argument.
They will for the first time, because it's the first time you hear that and everything. The one night in Green Bay, Wisconsin,
right?
Go ahead.
Well, does the fact that it's in, I mean, if you're in Atlanta, if you're going to have this match in Atlanta, it's a good chance that Goldberg's going to get a lot of love in ATL.
Yes, but I'm saying the in-betweens of the first time you hear that, dun, 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 you're going to pop regardless, just because it's inherent in you. The second week, the third week in a build to this, because he's going to make repeating appearances on Monday Night Raw, allegedly. So now, how does week 2 crowd react? How does week 3 crowd react? Does it lose steam before we get to Atlanta?
That's a good question. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting in that regard. I know a lot of people out there are talking about Ilya coming back from injury. Originally, I had heard that he wasn't going to be back until like August, September. I mean, they were saying 8-9 months. And I mean, we've seen a lot of wrestlers make it back quick. So maybe he's ahead of schedule and ready to go. The other thing was there was an opening for the final spot of the King of the Ring qualifiers, and it will now be filled by Jey Uso, and I don't like it at all.
I don't. I'm glad. Yeah, no, it's funny that you tied this in with the Ilya thing, because I thought it could have been Cross. A lot of people, I was getting behind the idea of it could have been Ilya, especially I know it was ACL that he's coming off of, I believe.
Yes.
It was some injury they were projected timeline of 6 to 9 months. Some people thought he'd be, like you said, August, September, the later end of that. Some people thought he could come back soon and have been at the PC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that they announced it early. I don't like that it's Jey Uso, because now the King of the Ring feels very predictable to me. Mm-hmm. I can already call the final. It's going to be one option or the other.
But now, do you think Jay's getting into the final?
No. Well, he might. No, he does in one situation. It's either going to be Sammy versus Jay, Sammy versus Gunther at SummerSlam. Maybe you get Sammy wins it, Seth cashes in, you ruin everyone's evening. Or we get to Cody versus Cena again. And then I don't want to see Cena. I don't want to see Cody take the belt off him at the end, because I don't need a threequel. This doesn't need a trilogy.
Yeah, not yet. And I think the idea of, I mean, we're so used to, you drop your belt, you can run it back, right? And so for him to just jump into the King of the Ring, win the King of the Ring, and then fight Gunther at SummerSlam, I don't know, bro. I don't know how.
I don't think that's an option. I don't think he wins it at all. I think it's either Sammy wins it or Cody wins it. I don't like that this isn't for a la the Money in the Bank. I thought this was going to be more for someone to establish themselves, someone to earn a shot versus someone who didn't need to earn it anyways. Like, they could have had the rematch.
Sammy Cody. Yeah. All right. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it is running kind of a risk of like, don't shove him down our throat, folks. If you took the belt off him, either give him a breather or find another way for him to do it. And I fully endorse the idea now, especially because he's so over, the idea that him and his brother could reunite. Jimmy hasn't quite had the spark that Jay's had. Them coming together instantly puts a main event guy, fair enough, in the tag team division, right? Like all of a sudden it adds a little pep to that tag team division that's been puttering.
Your Monday Night Raw tag team division now not only equals SmackDown's tag division, it surpasses it because you have the top tag team in the company together on that division.
No, absolutely. And before we say hello to people, I see the numbers adding up, folks, and I see the chat filling up. But the other part of that, or the other story kind of connecting to tag teams, rumor is Private Party's contract is due to expire. I've seen a lot of talk online about it. I honestly think this is a tag team that you could bring in to NXT at least and give them a shot. They could really boast, again, another, in a world lacking tag team wrestling, they could be something.
They could be something, especially now that their counterparts, Social Gathering, have been split up through Evolve and everything.
I forgot about them, bro.
Yeah, no, Anofe and Malik are no more. So you bring them in and you can add depth to the tag team division in NXT that needs it. I don't mind them going to TNA either. No. Is it a lot of, though? I mentioned this to Anthony last night. Are there a lot of like the party kind of gimmicks now kind of going on? If you've got the first class, you've got the high rise. Now, if you've got the private party back and everything, it's like it's the same thing with like blondes in wrestling. There's so many goddamn of them.
Yeah, I don't know if they would. We all know, WWE infamous for changing names. They might change their look. We have no idea. They don't have to come in and be Private Party, but the two guys that make Private Party right now, I think they're young, they're athletic, they've had upside, they've had bright side. We thought they were going to be bigger than they were. I mean, I think these guys could help.
Yeah, and is it surprising that AEW, because they seem to be like some of the favorites, some of the golden childs in AEW, and that they're not getting re-signed, they're getting ignored.
Yep. Yeah, it's really surprising. I mean, you would assume that we've seen a lot of loyalty, especially to the OGs, the ones that got in there first and early. But my God, I think that interesting times. I mean, if I was Tony Khan, I would rather have younger talent that I could work with, have people try and develop them. If I was smart, then letting young guys go and then bringing in more late career former WWE talent.
You don't have room for them in Ring of Honor. You couldn't have had them take on the Sons of Texas for the Ring of Honor tag titles or anything. They couldn't be a foil to the Crew as you got this kind of smaller high fly tag division.
Yeah, it feels like when you get pushed by Tony Khan, it's like the escalator that goes nowhere. Like whoa, like the Simpsons, right? Like the monorail. But it's literally, it's just like you get your push, you get to the top, you drop and hit your face, and you're gone. You're out. You're like, they were tag champs twice, but they were tag champs recently, and they went from tag champs to poof.
Right. Well, I know we were going to say hi to the people, so I'll try and make this quickly. Of the alleged potential AEW WWE beef taking over American Gladiators.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't really.
I don't think there is anything. The only source reporting is fucking Dave.
Well, there's a lot of Dave just went on an all the bullshit 24 hours. And I know we say Dave's always full of shit. This was like the stinky of the stinky. Whoa. He is on a tear right now. Like, he can't help but put his foot in his mouth, but he feels justified. And again, this is a guy that, as a businessman, you're trying to build. You want the income. I guess if Tony Khan supplementing your income, it really doesn't matter how many people subscribe to you or pay for your stupid fucking coverage. But at the end of the day, I mean, you'd think you'd want to not be so fucking stupid and not so arrogant and not so dismissive of everybody, and just to kind of be stuck in this rut of like, just hold the fort, don't fold no matter what. You might be caught red-handed. It wasn't me. Like, he is the Shaggy of wrestling coverage. It wasn't me. I never said it. No, it's true. It's all true.
Hodor. He is Hodor.
Yeah, he just won't. He won't ease up. It's crazy. But lacks all the credibility. Like the collection. And I know we've talked about him a couple times now, but and I won't go into it because we will say hello to the people, but there's another podcaster out there, and he's even getting shit on by the wrestlers.
Oh,
The
I saw that.
wrestlers-
Dax just ate that man alive, cooked him. Who got burned harder today? Was it Dax, fake car man, or was it Ron Killings torching Bubba Ray Dudley? Who the fuck do you think you talking to?
Man, I know we're going to say hello. We're going to say hello. I promise. We're over 80 people already. We still got 11 minutes to go. We will say hello. But no, truth, next level. They can run this truth right to the world title. Let him beat John Cena. This guy acting this way is just pure gold. And
Could Ron have not been the mystery opponent? Hi, John. It's Ron. Come back.
Right? Like, and they have to ride this one. He's caught fire. We were behind him. You and I celebrated when they said he was going to fight Cena at Saturday Night Main Event. We both wanted it to happen. We felt he deserved it. Whether I know people got mad about it's all a part of the show, whether it is or not, it is on the show. And whether this was the original plan or a pivot, it's going very well.
I don't care whether Iron Man got there because he was supposed to be there or because they can realize they came to a contract agreement, what have you. I don't care. Iron Man's on my fucking screen. That's what I'm cool with.
No, 150%. The other guy that got cooked really well was Ricochet. Took some lumps from the fan base as well. And it was just a stray that somebody actually ricocheted his way. But I don't know if you saw that one, but there was a gentleman who posted about the riots that are happening in LA. Somebody said, "Hey, Ricochet," like that can't be Ricochet. And it was funny as hell. The whole thread blew up of just like that can't. The guy is losing a testicle. It didn't go so well at the riots. And the people were like, "That can't be him. He lost his a long time ago. He got toasted by everybody, minding his own business." It was almost like internet karma for him today.
Well, it's funny when your name's Ricochet, how you somehow catch a stray, but we'll never lead the chat astray. So let's say hi to the chat.
We just may, Nick. All right.
Clay, what are you going some Clay? Well, speaking of it, we got Clay.
Let's go, Clay. It worked out so well. How you doing, buddy? First one in the chat tonight. Reginald, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you are well as well. Bailey's in the house. See Money's back with us. Gilbert. That should be the final match. Like Goldberg versus Gilbert in Atlanta. Saturday main event. Let's go.
It'd be cool if like Raw next week wasn't in Atlanta, and then I'll bring out one of your heroes, and then he brings out Gilbert, and then that's when Goldberg shows up. Then you'll get a huge pop.
Yeah, and you know what? Even that scenario, if it was like on a Raw, Goldberg says, like, the Gunther, like you said, calls someone out, and Goldberg shows up and kind of have a Raw match. And people are going to say, how do you do that on paper? But it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a good match. So just do it on a Raw. What's up, Eric? How are you? Kevin, how are you? See Money, got you. Big Nick reminding everybody, join us on Discord. Go check out our Instas. All the links are below. Follow Nick, myself, Anthony. Follow the channel. We're on just about everything we possibly can be. And then every time I turn around, I find out there's more that, like, who are on the other apps? What apps could they be?
I was going to say, we're on everything, and that's not just social media apps, people.
Facts. What's up? The Wrestling God.
No, I brought that up last night because he was the Yeet God, the artist formerly known as the Yeet God. I asked the Wrestling God if he was going to have to change his name to the Wrestling God because of Gunther losing.
Right, absolute muscle memory. I saw the avatar and I saw the beginning of the name and I filled in the blanks.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. Well, now he's not even the Wrestling God. He is the Wrestling God. We got the Wrestling God. We got Stoner Jesus. We're a saint away from having a religion.
Christian, how you doing? Speaking of religion, how you doing? I want to give out a shout to the Edmonton Oilers. Huge comeback, down 3 goals, find a way to win in overtime. Series tied 2-2. I think this one it has all the rights to go to 7. I mean, other than game 3, it's been a battle. Pumped. Bring that cup back north.
Is it? I think Small Mark actually put this in the Discord, which again, folks, if you want to hear all the bickering and bantering that we do off screen, join the Discord. That's how you get in all the fantasy leagues and everything too. But has this been like GOAT year for hockey? Have you had the OV goal chase? You've had getting stellar playoff games. You've got a
Yeah.
series rematch or a finals rematch that's getting, going tit for tat. Like, it's been a pretty stellar ass year for hockey this year.
Yeah, the bitter Leaf fan in me is like, no, it was a shit year.
Hey, everyone's
no.
automatically assuming you're an Oilers fan because Canada.
I mean, we kind of do that. We like last time the Oilers had a run, we all became Oilers fans. I got the third jersey oil drop logo for that. Calgary took a run. We became Calgary fans, especially if your team's never there. You might as well cheer for who is. And we just want to see the cup come north before everything gets shut down on your end. Let's go. But yeah, no, it's been a phenomenal year, and I think 2026 setting up to be kind of fun. There's a couple teams that are really coming to age. It might actually be Ovi's final year because he said he's coming back. I mean, it's been a good season.
I think hockey made an upswing with attention this year, I'd say.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Will this show the actual event or just chat? No, we can't show the event. It's called copyright. We can't do it. We are 5 minutes away, but we will give you the alternative commentary to all the action tonight, and we will be here all night long.
All night long. All night.
Boston, good to see Big Dog. The champ is here. I know somebody asked in the chat. The title is on the line tomorrow. We are here for Cage of Horrors, Wrestling Revolver. Gigi's going to fight her hubby and more. It's going to be a good one, folks. So make sure you show up tomorrow night. The prediction championship will be on the line. You get your votes in. You get to put your name in the corner, and it's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to this pay-per-view. We haven't done a Revolver in a hot minute, so a lot of interesting matchups with this one.
Oh, absolutely. And shout out Matthew Palmer, Athena's husband there, who shared the link in the promos and everything too. But also last night, I mentioned this to Anthony last night when we were watching TNA. I think I already sold the man on the pay-per-view app. So I think he bought it while we were live on stream and all of that. Because yes, again, not sponsored or anything like that. But yes, you can watch it on Fight or Triller. We've had that subscription that long that we still call it Fight.
Right.
But, yes, and of course, proof positive, we cover more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Even the Fightfuls, the Meltzers, and all that aren't talking about Wrestle Revolver, but we're here watching it live.
Yeah, 100%. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to it. And again, like I said, a lot of interesting matchups. It's fun to see kind of, a different vibe, a different feeling. And again, we're going to talk all about it. Saturday night streams are always a good time here on the channel. Spaz with a $6.99 super chat. Feel like there's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't want to talk about it. Friday Thoughts with Spaz. That's a very short time in all of our lives where we could honestly say, I've never pooped. Big love, brothers. I love you, bro.
All right. I was like, and how do you follow that up?
Right. Tanisha throwing in the $9.99. KJ and Big Nick. TK did Private Party dirty. TK gave them the tag titles. Was trying to prove a point that he just puts titles on black men, do them dirty. I don't know, Denisha, that that's exactly the driving force on that thought. I do know there's an ongoing narrative. I think it's an inaccurate narrative about certain wrestling companies. I'd hate to think that was the case. My feeling, Nick, was more that it was that old playing, we'll give the tag titles to the team that we don't care about because they'll drop them to the guys coming in instead of one of our good teams, our nepotism teams. We'll protect them and Private Party can take the fall.
Well, I don't have the complexion to talk about a certain aspect of this, so I digress on that respectfully. Just I don't want to get in trouble.
I think my name disqualifies me.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
I'm out.
Right, already, just by birth. But I don't think that it's more of Private Party was the OG, triple OGs of they've been there since the company started. I think they were on the first All In, actually.
Yeah.
So I think it's more Tony got tired of playing with his old toys and got new toys that he wants to play with now. That feels a bit more of the case than trying to bring in a bit of race.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can't say for certain. I'm not in the back, and I don't pretend to be in the back like Meltzer. So at the end of the day, I would hope not, is all I could say. I mean, legitimately, I would hope that's not. I still think they got done dirty no matter what the motive was, though, Denisha. I don't like how they were treated. Hashtag.
Sorry, I was just going to say, are you saying that Dave Meltzer gets his facts taken in the back?
Or, yeah. I was going to try and go the other way, but no, we're good. That's accurate.
Right.
Accusations, but strong ones. Scott Rizzo. Hashtag
That's how he likes them.
Yeah, I would say. Somebody's got dirt on somebody, bro. Someone's got pictures. Someone's got proof of something that happened.
Or he's a part owner. Part owner.
They're all part owner. They're all blackmailing each other. It's that meme going around of like the circly yummy, yay.
Yo, moving on.
Anyway, back to business. How are you doing, Eric? Happy Friday the 13th. Yes, everybody's lucky day. Let's go. Kevin, Boston, as I got 30 seconds. So Daryl, Safit, C-Money, Big Dog, the champ, Millennial Noob, good to see ya. Is that like related to Mr. Noob? Or Millennial Noob and Mr. Noob related? I'm curious.
Is it him from the future or is it from the past?
One of the good nicknames for Hookaleo, but the Hickalululemon. I like to call him Akuna Matata. Either way, we're gonna get there. But we'll see how this works out tonight. Feels like all these rumors come out just at the right time, And I mean, when the storyline kind of tells you what it is, yeah, dude, we've been saying a lot of the same things, so we're good. Tommy Tonga.
It's funny just how no one knows anything until it becomes pointedly obvious.
I almost quote tweeted somebody, one of the major reporters today, of like, do y'all ever like get these big scoops before they happen? Like, it's just mind-numbing to me. Like, breaking, no, ever like that happened. We all witnessed.
You watched the show. I've said enough that it's the breaking news is for people who don't watch weekly, nightly, daily. As I have then. Now, brown cow. Are we?
I think literally. Wait.
Take it forever.
So you go tap. Tap it in. Just tap it in.
Tap it in. A little taparoo. As I got together. How do you do?
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all synced up. You can do the same at home. As we click through, we will catch up to the chat. Smackdown about to begin. Strap in, strap on, grab those snacks, and let's have fun. But Bailey Bear back in the house. Everyone's favorite New Englander.
Maynard. He's a Maynard.
Bailey, we got you. MDB, Millennial Noob. A lot of people are already upset about Asuka. Yeah, we'll talk about this. We'll get there. I don't know what the upset part is.
I think it's we were literally, when we saw it live, we kind of had the same reaction that I saw even people on Twitter and online had of like, did they just sneakily tell us that Asuka's back before they told us Asuka's back?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. It's a tough one because sometimes when the athletes are so in and out, but they're advertising to kick off. I don't know why these graphics for the Fatal 4-Way weren't going around all week long. Why they waited till today to tell us. Like, I set everything up on the basis that they could happen, but I don't get why they're not pre-advertising some of this stuff better.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I didn't realize some of these matches were happening until I was clicking through the slides that you put up. Because I got Jacob Fatu just looking like a straight goon backstage. And this, like you said earlier, you got to send an army to take down Godzilla.
Yeah. 100%, Nick. Send your tank, send everything you got. But Naomi walking in.
Send whoever you want, just don't send anyone you want back.
Yeah, right? Don't fight the Goldberg Chambers. Good to see you. Welcome back. Bradley, welcome back, buddy. Hope you are well. Dale, the OG in the house. I see you. A lot of people in the W. Yeah, we'll get to that one. What is up, WFU fam? Wrestling Fans United. I hope Cross cost Uso the match in the feud. I'm okay with something. Cross has to do something, Nick.
Oh, trust me. I wanted to crash out because you're telling me Cross isn't in the match again. Again, we already had to deal with El Grande. Now you're telling me Jey Uso takes the spot. Okay. Right. Maybe if it was Ilya, I could have accepted it. But yeah, I don't I don't know what they're doing with this. And we mentioned this and talked about it briefly on Wednesday of the AEW's main title scene. Seems like it's getting stale, it's getting like obvious at this point. It's starting to feel a bit like WWE's main title scene is getting obvious, is getting stale.
Yeah, I think that, John has one of the titles, so we kind of have an idea. I think they've done a pretty good job as of late, because nobody expected, like, if you want to put a spark in the main event division or the top guys, Gunther shocking the world and winning a title really kind of shakes it up. But if you run back Jay, then maybe it does feel a little flat again. Cody, John feels hit and miss, but I enjoyed it last week, what happened between them. John's going to be here tonight. Cody's scheduled to be in a match tonight, as we are getting the replays of Money in the Bank. So yeah, it's very intriguing for me, Nick. But you're right. Like, it needs a little more excitement.
Well, like, I want to believe that an LA Knight could win King of the Ring. If Cross was going to be in there, I want to believe Karrion Kross or an Ilya Dragunov could win King of the Ring. Right now, who are the favorites? We've already got Sami Zayn that's moved on. So Sami Zayn is going to be in the semifinals. Yeah. And then we're going to get probably Cody versus Jay on one half of the bracket. So those are two former world champs that have already been in title pictures recently. Yeah. It gets a lot of, we're just running a lot of shit back now.
You got a really good point, man. As much as I try and look on the bright side of it all, you got a point. Like, wouldn't it be fun to see, Shinsuke or LA Knight or
I want to pick Shinsuke just because fuck Cody at this point.
Yeah. Cross, what if Andrade had won the ladder match? I kind of agree with you. I mean,
I want something new, and especially it's going to be at SummerSlam.
Amuse me. Yeah.
No, well, it's just I don't need to see the same fucking feuds that I've been seeing since WrestleMania.
To an extent, yes and no. I mean, again, you're not wrong, but yeah, it's got to feel a little. You got to find a way to keep it fresh.
We're literally WrestleMania was in April. We're in June right now, heading towards July. So we're 2-3 months removed from this. Then WrestleMania is supposed to feel like the culmination, not the continuation.
That is a valid argument, right? They even sell us on that. Like, this is the culmination of everything we've done this year. And then, like, here we go again. We're kicking it back off. So you kind of have a point. Now, I get some long-standing storylines, but I mean, there has to be, you got to find a way to keep it. Like, the R-Truth thing has woken up this whole John Cena situation. And everybody's talking about Truth, not Cody, not John.
Should Ron have been, I would have accepted and been happy if Ron Killings was the mystery guy.
Yeah, it was fun. We're opening with Cena, though, folks.
Right? Now, again, though, we're running through these dates pretty fast. I'm starting to wonder, do we not see John at SummerSlam? Because we're down to, this is going to be, we got 18 left in the chamber, and we still got however many months. We got another 6 months to go through.
Yeah, we got say 5-6 months. I do think there's going to be extended gaps in this schedule. They're going to stretch it out because in my head, you get somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 appearances a month. I mean, if you get 4, you do 4 months, you're at 16 appearances. So, and then you got 3 at the end. So not too troublesome yet. Like, we've seen him twice this week. We probably won't see him next week.
Yeah, but no, I'm still, we got 6 months of this though. Like, we have enough for like 2 months. Like, consistent.
No, we got more than that. I mean, again, if he's only making 3-4 appearances a month, you'll be okay for a while, right? Yeah. If he's here 5-6 times a month, then now we got to do some math. Is he going to miss a few weeks in August? Like, does he have a movie to film? Is he going on vacay for 6 weeks, 8 weeks? What if it's a case of he loses the title and then he goes away for a month and comes back?
Well, now with how much John's been here, what's the scenario that you can use that he isn't here? Because he's been here fairly consistently.
Mm-hmm. It would depend, right? Like, I mean, we saw part of the WrestleMania build. He was in and out. So, it'll be very interesting.
He has to have a challenger who can take the mic for a bit. So maybe him versus Punk going to Saudi, and we're not going to get into that discussion because my blood pressure is already high. But that can give Punk some time on the mic, and John doesn't have to.
That's what they did with Cody, remember, right? Like Cody would come out and cut a promo, and actually Punk's probably better than Cody at giving that solo promo and then walking off.
Right. As
wait, Ronan, they're chanting for Cena, and then Cena sucks. He's blowing on his knuckles. Big dog, how you doing? Vance, good to see you. Sean, good to see you. Mega, let's go.
Well, real quick, I will address Sean's. No, I will just to quickly. It's halfway a sales pitch here of Sean mentioning of why is my name gray again? Is my membership up? Yes, sir. Well, how funny that you mentioned that. Yes, folks, we do have memberships. We do have the super chats and everything. Yes. We do have the members only streams and everything. So absolutely, Sean. Yes, your membership is up. So make sure you renew it, folks. And again, if you haven't done so already, trust me, we're going to be bringing more and more membership only content. So you want to be in there. You get all the unfiltered, runoff from all these streams, folks.
As John getting his proper introduction, the last real champion. And I agree. And that's something that the YouTube controls. So if it went gray and you don't have the little symbol anymore, yes, that would be what
we'll see. And as speak of the devil, and they shall appear of Sean Reed out there becoming a YouTube member. And folks, everyone should follow Sean's example of just 100%. Join the conversation with the congregation. Why?
Cody versus Randy in the final.
Why? I'm sorry. I'm just every time he says the name. Why?
That'd make for an insane night of champions just to start the card. If you get Cena, Punk, and Cody Randy on the same card, it's a pretty good fucking show.
Do you get Cody Randy? Or do we get Jay Sammy?
I don't know. Cody Randy sounds real good to me.
But that's the thing is I hate that we already know. We have 3 matches still left to happen, and we know and can almost goddamn comfortably call the other 3 participants in the semifinals.
I don't know, though. Bronson,
we had a whole discussion about how it's not going to be like an LA Knight. It's not going to be a Malachi Black. We're not going to get a Karrion Kross. We're not going to get an Ilya Dragunov. We're not going to get a Ron Killings. We're not going to get this guy. We're not going to get that guy. We're getting the main eventers that have already been main eventers.
Yeah, but the people that are in it, I mean, could Bronson win on Monday? Maybe. I mean,
Bronson would be the only outlier because of Seth interference, which I'm surprised, though, that didn't help Braun. But maybe you get Braun loses so Bronson can win.
Maybe. I think they both lose.
Or
just not win. So John Cena giving us a little history lesson here. I lost the Rumble. I could use my seniority to guarantee my spot in Chamber.
I like this, though. If he's breaking down of how I conquered the world.
Yeah. And even like going as deep as, look, focus was on the final boss. Then I had to shock the world. Like, he's talking about all the shit.
He has done a masterful job, I will say, John has, from Tai Chi away from Dwayne. We are getting back to now John's more the focus. Him being an asshole is the focus, and not Dwayne, not Travis. He is like we thought we were going to get a tag match with John Cena and Travis Scott. I will take John Cena and Logan Paul in a tag match, but I will John Cena and Travis Scott.
100%. Undeniable. But I like that he's kind of breaking down the story, even using little verbiage like I used my seniority. You guys were paying attention to the final boss while I was about to do the most devious thing ever.
You CM Punk's rebellious nature. Is it funny that
I like this?
Well, there is 2 things of is John Cena just doing a better devil gimmick than AEW ever did, and B of is John Cena still just stuck in the Firefly Funhouse?
Maybe a little bit, but yeah, I mean, as far as like this is kind of how Moxley could be. but legitimately like this. But don't like if he wants the fucking belt in the case, it's dumb. But if he had the belt, but he said, I'm ruining it. I don't have music. I'm pulling strings.
Seth Rollins will never cash in on me holding this. I leave with this. Like, this is just, it is so good. And because it works so well, because John's so good on the microphone that he can paint a picture. This is the villain. This is Thanos spelling out how I broke you down bit by bit, piece by piece. I'm inevitable. Run from it. Hide from it.
Not only this is what I've done, but this is what I'm going to do. And Seth Rollins will not cash in on me, because when I leave and he cashes in on the other champion, then he's the only champion. Do you guys get it yet?
I've crunched every number, I've solved every puzzle, and cracked every code.
You guys won't
appreciate who I am until 3 years after I'm gone.
Kind of facts. It's kind of facts.
But no, that's the thing, is John is so good. John is so good on the mic.
And as much as he is polished, he doesn't feel rehearsed.
That's the thing, is he's Captain America, and they kept trying to use the super soldier serum to make new baby faces and everything, and they couldn't make Captain America again because he is polished but feels authentic.
Company.
Adrenaline in my soul, Cody Rhodes.
Cody, leave him alone.
Please, just no. Well, I don't. If we have this match at SummerSlam, I don't want to see this match a third time to where it's the last match. You got to do some soul searching and some song singing and some guitar picking to make me get the fucking caring about that.
I think if they book Cody, John Cena for SummerSlam, I'm going to bet on John losing, because I just feel like if it's Cody, John at SummerSlam, then that's where you talk about how many dates he has left. He goes away for a few weeks after dropping the belt, comes back, and then starts, trying to make the last few weeks. I'm
sorry. I'm really sorry about what I did. No,
I love this business.
Beyond other reasons, that's why I hate the CM Punk, John Cena and Saudi, because I know John's winning there. They're not going to do a title change there. If that was a SummerSlam match, I feel I could believe more that Punk might win, respectfully to anyone involved. But that's the thing.
I mean, yeah, I've said that for a long time about the Saudi shows and I think Trips has done better, but you can't have nothing happen and then keep asking the fans to show up, like your core audience. You can't ask us to pay attention if we know nothing major is ever going to happen. So we'll see. I mean, they've added the, crowning the king and the queen winner there to kind of help that out. But now the only hope maybe is whatever happens at Night of Champions spills forward. Maybe it's Punk, Cody, and John at SummerSlam. But you still have issues with Seth. So I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to play it.
Cody versus John at SummerSlam, you think it's going to end, and then have the last, like you said it and you sold me down the river on this, and I want it so bad now. And I know I'm breaking my own laws, breaking the laws of I'm booking what I want versus what they are booking of. Give me CM Punk versus John Cena last night out. You have CM Punk win the belt off John, even blows him a kiss and runs off to the fucking crowd and everything, because he's now the man of the people and everything. It's so poetic and it's so cinematic. And that's the thing.
If I could send smoke signals to Trips and be like, I got a plan, man, this will work. It'll be so good. But yeah, no, I love the idea of it being Punk just because of the hypocrisy of it all.
Well, and that's why I hate the Saudi match, because I know that match goes away now. That's off the docket. We checked that off. That's down in the schedule. I want to see the Bills and the Chiefs at the end of the season, not in midnight or middle of the fucking week Thursday night football game.
and I know you're going to hate this question, but I mean, let's be real. How much do you think they got paid to get Cena and Punk into the building? Like
all of the blood money, so much that
all
people
of it.
forgot about tweets and about histories and everything. Like
I
that,
love
and
it.
prior
It's so
statements.
funny because there is no good answer. There is no comeback to like,
oh, Philip sat there and he's crushing the clown of what do you want me to do? They drove a dump truck of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
I don't blame him. Fuck it. I'm going. Let's go.
But we do have Cody and Cena having a promo right now. You can tell how much we're still excited and still enthused by this feud because of how much we've talked about it. It is just,
I'm into this. I'm okay with this.
But this needs to be the end of this, though. This can't. I don't need a trilogy. This doesn't get a threequel.
Why not though? Like, I mean, if you're gonna run Cody back as the guy,
but
like you have no choice.
I don't want it.
Yeah, but I believe you had talked about Cody is going to be the guy that takes the belt back. That he becomes the hero.
If he does it, then we don't get him versus John at SummerSlam. You can't do you get two.
No, that's what I mean.
Don't get three.
I think if they announce SummerSlam, it's gone. Like that's where it happens. He gets the belt back. I hear voices in my head.
Randy is a guy that's interesting to me. I know Backlash was the last clash, but Randy versus John Cena SummerSlam has 2012, 2014 vibes.
Yeah. Listen, Randy's Randy. He changes it. Instantly, we stopped mid-conversation because Randy came out.
Right.
It's great. And I mean, for all
he's so fucking tall. I didn't realize he's that much taller than John.
He's like 6'6", right? Like he's a tall, lanky motherfucker.
No, he is the prototypical of if you were gonna build a wrestler in a lab, you would build Randy Orton.
But I mean, ultimately, Nick, as much as we critique it, Randy's in the ring, Cody's in the ring, John's in the ring. Feels big, man.
100%. You've got your big players. Oh, I'm just wondering if this is the 17th time we've seen all the big players interact.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what else you do other than make it make sense. Like, they're here now. We got to run this through.
Introduce anew. How do you do?
Yeah, but I don't think, as much as it would be nice, and maybe it works better for the other belt, but LA Knight's not going to beat John Cena. So save that bullet.
What is the issue though of even with halfway going back to the Punk argument of you're unloading rounds into a shit you already know he's got a bulletproof vest on, so why are you shooting?
That's it, right? Like you have to shoot with bullets that you think are going to work. I mean, YouTube was like, what are they talking about right now? But
we're getting all the troubles.
You need a guy like Randy or a guy like Cody or a Punk, because those guys, like LA Knight.
Hey. Speaking of the devil, they shall appear. He's riding his way out here. He's got a why is Wade Barrett popping so fucking
Wade
much?
is popping for LA. Did they start dating?
I don't know. He got some bad news, bro.
Wade is pumped. Yeah, that makes off. Yeah. I was watching LA Knight clips today, like a montage, and it just, you kind of forget at times how good he really is at just running his mouth.
Oh no, I was all the way even to Eli Drake. That's more of the comparable. I don't know this Dwayne guy that everybody keeps comparing LA to. I mostly compare LA Knight to Eli Drake. That's the most guy that I've seen. He looks almost like the guy too.
Very similar. Very similar.
Very similar in the face.
I like that. I'm the sore thumb standing out here.
But that's the thing, is that's what I want. I want some sore thumbs. I want some broken knuckles. I want some new lifeline into this world title picture. We've still got a year to flesh this out. I feel like
but I don't think
telling WrestleMania in June.
Yeah, but I mean that's 2 months ago. Like that's
No, I'm saying WrestleMania 42.
Oh, I mean, again, well, that to
Cody
me
Cena,
doesn't matter.
we're already
Like,
telling that.
As long as Cena's the guy, Cena's retirement tour and Cena having the belt and Cena breaking the record makes this a trickier situation for sure. The other belt might be the more interesting one. We might need LA Knight to change to Raw to get that real opportunity. John Cena is a bit of a cog in the wheel, but Cena just walks off.
And just
Cena shakes his head like you're not worth it and leaves.
Well, we might not get the draft though till the fall, till September, till August, October.
Oh, it's truth! It's truth! It's truth!
Oh, truth! Oh, the truth killers!
The killing spree is upon us, folks. Let's go!
I love it.
The crowd lights right up,
wailing away on this man.
So how does that change all this dynamic, right? Like, we're talking about Cody. We're talking about, could you squeeze an LA Knight in? Randy's kicking around. But Truth is the guy that feels like the guy to get the shot.
Is Ron Killings the guy who takes the belt off him in the end?
I would love and I think you have an opportunity to have that huge, like that Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Mick Foley-esque win.
Oh yeah. Well, is that where Ron is at this point? As I'm in commercial break. Yeah. I don't know if you're okay. You popping that hard over commercials?
I was in your first thought, but you transitioned.
I'm so quick. You got a double dutch. This double dutch.
Not, shit.
But I think 100% of Ron has now gotten that groundswell of fan base behind him of, again, whether it be truth or not, and apropos, I know, but whether the fans actually, brought him back or whether they let the fans think they brought him back, that has built this groundswell. It might be a kingdom built on a throne of lies, but it's still a kingdom.
Yeah, and I think it's so exciting right now that if you just said fuck all, like if you had your plans on a whiteboard, just erase that shit and start a new plan and take this moment. Because I mean, for all the talk about, we've talked a lot about WWE and race. We talked a lot about the WWE and how they don't push certain people. We talked about WWE and pushing out the old. Like, there's so many different facets. Plus, like you said, something new, something we didn't expect, something exciting. I mean, all around, it's got a great story. And it's like Mick Foley. Like, this will put asses in seats. Might not be a long run, but it will be a great moment.
Yeah, it's not anything that fully detracts away. Like, you can still have your stars floating out in the fucking stratosphere without pulling anything away. And I do like, is this heel Ron or anything like, because he's talked about, I think it was with Chris Van Fleet, to where he was talking about wanting to bring back kind of that heel, but he's kind of a heel, but he's more of just like, he's just a straight shooter. He's not the comedy gimmick anymore or anything. Now that we've got this new character of Ron, of even when he was cutting a promo on Bubba, of I'm the one driving now, if it's very like that split personality almost.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's the jester getting tired of being laughed at, right? I entertained y'all for how long? I did the dance. I did what you asked me to do. I came out and did the silly spots where I didn't know where I was or what match I was supposed to be in or who was what, but enough of that. And again, if I'm close to on my way out of all of this, if this is my farewell, I'm going to go out on my terms. So it all fits. It all writes so well. So I think, I mean, and if I was Trips, I'd dive right into it. Like, if they just peel away and Ron goes elsewhere than this picture right now, it's almost all for naught.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I love this, the three faces of truth. And it's kind of that of it's, like I said, of he's still selling the fans of you believed in me, of And that's when he was shaving his whole hair off and everything of, who are you to tell me who I am? I am not a comedy gimmick. I am not a jester. I'm not a clown. All of that. I am Ron, the true killings, and the truth has set me free. All that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm putting a poll up in the chat. Just getting a quick vibe from the chat. Should R-Truth win the title? Let me know how you feel out there. Should R-Truth get his hands on that belt? You know what'd be crazy? Truth win it on a Saturday, lose it back to John on a Monday, and John's now got 18 bitches. Back to Cody. Let's go.
Then Flair will sit there and be cutting a tweet about how John Cena's out there just for attention and everything.
Right. Don't forget about me.
I've spilt more liquor in bars than people have outside.
That's not a brag, man. It's supposed to go in your mouth, not on the floor, old man.
You sound like a lush, my guy. You sound like a lush.
As they're showing, they're showing all the peeps with the NCAA titles.
How are you showing Knicks championships when we ain't even in the fucking finals? That's sacrilegious, motherfucker.
Ron take the title from Cena. That instantly puts Jacob Fatu in line to become champion. We'll see how that plays out.
Sorry. Brain blast. Jimmy Neutron. If you want to sit there and rip the hearts out of everyone, I know I mentioned Sammy. Seth cashes in on Sammy. You rip the hearts out. R-Truth beats John Cena on his last night. And oh my God, Ron Killings is world champion. Oh, you just ripped the fucking life force out of everybody.
Yeah, we may be hanging around too much, man. That to me is evil genius. Like, you have that moment, Ron's crying, even bring his family into the ring, like pull the Josh Alexander cash in, like you just
bring his son in. What with the backwards hat?
Like he's going at the ump.
Mimicking. Yeah. I need a John Boy media breakdown of what was John Cena saying to Nick Aldis right now.
John Cena in the back kicking the dirt at Nick Aldis.
Lip reading, yeah.
So over 70% who got the quick vote saying, yeah. I mean, I think it's so unexpected. And for people that said that like WWE's been boring in 2025, it's not the best booking they've seen. I kind of like the idea of like, oh yeah, eat this curveball.
That's the thing I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed because it's like knowing you got Rick Vaughn on the fucking mound of he can throw them curveballs and them high heaters and everything, and they keep throwing change-ups. They keep throwing fucking, just fastballs down the middle here.
Right. Oh. Yeah, it's just I know what the planning and the plotting that they're trying to pull off here, but I think Ron is such a nice curveball, and you see Cena losing his mind about the situation.
If they do, I will forever forgive them or accept this booking. If they are doing Cena, Cena Punk, they're gonna somehow just get it out of the way. I don't know why, but still, you do Cody Cena at SummerSlam. You do Ron's the one that ends this chapter, ends him out there. That's the only way it's acceptable if you get those matches all happening.
Yeah, I mean, we knew he was going to go through a checklist of names, so he's making.
I like the idea that the guy that shouldn't take it from him is the one that takes him from him.
We all love that story. That underdog story is the best. Like we always talk. I defend Sammy a lot for that reason. Ron Killings being the guy that was out of the company, out on his ass, and it got so much reaction that now he's champ. Like, talk about a slingshot, a redemption story. You want to talk about a redemption arc? This is like follow the killing spree. Let's go.
Yeah, even Miro couldn't be a redeemer like that. We want that on kill. Legs.
I put butter on my toast. I like a little jam too. Oh.
I like butter on my toast. Yeah.
That's what going black. Let's go.
Whoa.
I heard no. Has come. I love when we both have the same thought at the same time.
We both made the man at the gate and just headbutted and just walked off.
R-Truth's time has come and gone for the world title. I don't think so. Because for
Kofi
me,
Kingston took 11 years. I don't want to hear shit about shit.
Mm-hmm. But it's all about timing. It's all about momentum. It's all about he is so hot right now. I don't think Ron Killings should win the title and be champion for 2 years. No, I think Ron should get it and hold it for a few weeks, a few months, maybe, but not long.
I'm going to put this out there, and maybe if everyone wants to timestamp this right now, of just if we're going to go viral, and I'm going to say this, just maybe we'll see if we'll go viral. Just be saying about going viral of that. I would want that to like let it ride. Of fucking let me capture the lightning in a fucking moment here instead of just you can have that. Then even what I'm mad at. Like, no, I don't care if he's 55, 65, 85, 45, whatever.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Like, it's, you talk about Ovechkin, right? Oh, Ovi, you going to retire? Why would I retire? I just scored. I just
broke the fucking record.
Like, I'm still putting pucks in. My team finished first. We're going to the playoffs. I'll put another one in, and that's kind of what it feels like. Is you ride that moment, right? So, yeah, I mean, and I think if you're being a very creative writer, like you said, you use that amazing moment to have that amazing moment, have everyone lose their mind, and then you use it to put over a heel, the biggest heel in the company.
Oh, yeah. Again, that is just...
It's dirty.
We're long enough in this stream, I can say it. Dick Dastardly. That's what that is. That is twirly mustaches. Malachi off the top rope. As we do have the fatal four-way of LA Knight, Randy Orton, Carmelo Hayes, and Malachi Aleister Black right now. Let us know who you've gotten for this match, folks. Is it Orton? Is it Knight?
It's Orton, yeah.
I want Malachi just because I want some diversity. I want some uniqueness. I want. He's lost every kind of thing out. Well, no, he's been just in Miz territory.
Well, it's an interesting vote. Randy Orton gets 52% of the vote. LA only 28. Malachi Aleister getting 21. Mello getting 0.
Oh,
oof!
He is not him. He is the him who
apparently he misses sometimes.
Yeah, well, Mello don't miss. Mello fucking shot over there when the target's over there.
Yeah, like Tiffy throwing an opening pitch.
Oh, well, yeah. Worst pitch, though. 57. It's so fitting. I love you, Tiffany, but it's so fitting it happened for the Mets, and they both happened for the Mets because Yankees jersey they don't allow that. Your shoulder and everything will just correct and throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Worst pitch, though. Tiffany Stratton or 50 Cent.
50 Cent, I think, still holds the record. Like, yeah,
I don't know. Tiffy's was
just a little outside. Yeah, just a little outside.
The guy at first base just cut a fucking peripheral on that.
Yeah. She almost hit the cameraman or the reporter or whoever the fuck it was. But Malachi in the ring with Carmelo. Randy has moved to the outside with LA. So, again, we are off and running. It's been a big night so far with SmackDown as far as a lot of moving parts, a lot of major names involved. And then we kick off the action. And we got a couple more fatal four-ways coming tonight. So there ain't no rest for the wicked around here.
Right. Well, and Frankie, I don't know if he's the first one that said this. I saw it earlier of allegedly Hikuleo made his debut on Main Event before SmackDown, which that feels just wrong. Like that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that makes me think that makes me feel like you almost got to bring him out here tonight.
Oh, well, actually, yeah, that's 100%. He's got to have. You can't have his official debut be fucking Main Event.
No, I mean, and it wouldn't be. But the idea of, just put him in maybe you just put him in the ring to see what he can do.
Well, I don't know. Get Jacob tonight, but I think maybe so. What you get him and Jacob? Does somebody run in or whatever? You just get them because Is that your way of, if you debut him tonight on SmackDown, which is weird that you would do that on the main event before SmackDown, but
I'm looking at the video
where you got him like introduced to the audience before he comes out. So you kind of you pre-cook it, you're heating up the oven.
Yeah.
You preheat it.
Yeah. So yeah, and he came out as Hikuleo.
Hey, I think it just becomes down to WWE gives a shit about what names they can, make money off of and what they can't.
Yeah, they're like, nobody cares about Hikuleo.
Well, it's one of those of also AEW's not going to fight you. New Japan's not going to fight you on Hikuleo,
No.
I feel.
It's very true.
That's you can have that one. Not even what I'm at. Mariah May, maybe. Hikuleo, not so much.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
Oh, you're watching the clip. Well, I got LA Knight taking out Carmelo Hayes right now.
I'll be right back, Nick.
KJ is going to go and review the footage and, keep us up to speed on this. Yes, KJ is taking a pause for the causes. I've got, again, the men's fatal four-way. So the winner of this quarterfinal will take on Sami Zayn in the semifinal here. So you got Randy Orton, LA Knight, Malachi Black, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes. And again, to me, it's interesting of, you already know they're going to face Zayn. So we're going to get Zayn, Orton on one half of the bracket, Uso, Cody on the other half of the bracket. So we just get all baby faces in this bracket. All baby faces, because theoretically we've got all heels as champions. So I don't want that, but I worry and I feel that that's going to be the way that they go. So that's where it gets. This is going to be really good matches, and we got Melo out here dribbling, but this is where it's going to be really good matches, but I know the outcome. That's the only thing that pisses me off, is Melo up over the top. But again, if you think I'm wrong, if you got a different prediction or a winner for this, or even for the brackets all the way along and everything, let me know. I wish they could do the King and the Queen of the Ring brackets like they do the NCAA brackets. I wonder how many people would be in the top 5 percentile and all that shit. Al Snow, what does everyone want for their birthday? Cake. What? My birthday was this past Thursday, feeling better than my actual age. Well, there you go, Al Snow. I don't know if you're Al Snow, if you're, pretend Al Snow. Matter of fact, I will check you. You might be. I don't know. Prove you're Al Snow. I don't know. Give me a snowplow. What? Springboard leg drop. Drop top. Diplomacy among wrestling companies is generally a good thing and has traditionally been an accepted practice. Fair enough. I'm not sure how we fully got there, A. Jobson, but I mean, if we're talking amongst, American gladiators, are we going Spartan rules of 2 companies enter, 1 company leave? We've got, the Mike Mizanin taking on Wardlow. But no, I think it's just a bunch of fucking hullabaloo. But I got LA Knight and Carmelo throwing blows in the corner. Lucky in a quarter. Or lucky in a 6. What? I am the table. Christian, Nick, who do you want to see throw the ceremonial first pitch? Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis? At what game? What are we doing here? Why did we become... Who do I think has a better pitching arm for general managers? That's a bold question. Put that in the comments, I guess, on the stream after we're live here tonight and everything. If you want to see us build our fantasy football team or our fantasy whatever sports team out of pro wrestlers and everything, we'll do that. Who would you draft as your starting quarterback? I know Cody calls himself the quarterback, but who would you actually want as a quarterback? We got a plethora of former football players in pro wrestling, so put that again in the comments, not on the live chat. Put that in the comments after the live. Put it on another video. Put it on our video from last night for Thursday Night Impact, Tuesday. TNA Impact. Do that. As I got a frog splash from Carmelo as I'm in commercial break. As I got Chris bringing up Mr. Iguana, another reptilian. I don't know of anyone else hear this story that he allegedly was catching heat about bringing up, talking about of how he was going to skip NXT and go to the main roster. And a lot of people instantly said, "He woohoo." Who had issue with this man who isn't even in the company saying he's going to skip NXT and go to the main roster? But no, I don't. This man has taken a foothold in the internet wrestling community of before held by Dan Housen and Joe Hendry. But I am in commercial. Oh, Chris saying, Nick, since KJ is not here, who has the better beard? You or him? I mean, I feel like my beard grew to just meet his beard type of thing. I'll put it that way. Of he's big bro. I'm always still, I know I'm big Nick, but he's still always going to be big bro. So I feel like I'm a little bro. And again, he's got all the color patchways and everything. This man can sit there and get away with copying, adding the Just for Men colors and everything of being like, your boy, I got the reverse Scott Steiner going on. And my wife likes to point out of how I have this, and surprisingly, I'm a cat dad of my cat also seems to even be growing like the weird under gray hair. But anyways, now we're getting weirdly odd. Wait, what? Nick definitely dyes his beard black. No, I do not. Trust me, I done plucked a few. I sat there and had that crisis of every man does of asking the wife of, so if I pluck out one gray hair, does that mean that whole myth of like two are going to grow back? I can't do this. I can't have a gray beard. Oh, especially the mustache. The mustache. I have like an underbelly of silver fox, I feel. And that's a major technical difficulty. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Nick, why is Christian's name under my title? I don't even know. I didn't do this. Talk to the man above. People mightn't remember that finisher from his ECW days. Anthony, what up? But I will remind everybody, slightly reminiscent to ECW, I will say we got the Cage of Horrors tomorrow night. We got Wrestle Revolver out here watching the independent scene and everything. I believe the first the first match that Gigi Dolan, the artist formerly known as Gigi Dolan, or currently known as Priscilla Kelly, has had since her release, taking on her husband, as well as we've got Matthew Palmer versus Rich Swann in the Cage of Horrors. We've got a ladder warfare. We've got all sorts of action popping up with Wrestle Revolver. And again, we just cover more live wrestling than anybody else out there. The last human alive won Get a Funeral. Spaz, what? KG, you stripped the big dog of his title. Yes, unofficially. I'm Adam Pearce catching flack for a title change I didn't book. The last three humans. All right, I don't know where we're going with all of this. Oh, trio, what? Well, how did we get into fucking Birdman? But I'm back in action here. But we went off the rails here for half a second. Tiffany, worst pitcher since 50. Yeah, that's been the comparable here. But I got LA Knight rolls through. Oh, Malachi just slides through and boots everybody. I don't know if it was intentional or peripheral. Oh, again, Malachi and Carmelo are carrying the big chunk of this match. 1, 2, 2 go. What? Yeah, what with what you said? Out there just going off on all the tangents. But again, folks, let me know who you're taking, whether you got Malachi, whether you got LA, whether you got Orton, or you got Carmelo. Big dog, that sounds perverted. You need to see Conor McGregor's first pitch. Oh, no. He has a fair bit of dealing with balls. They're normally 8s instead of, baseballs, but pause. As Orton with the vintage Orton side, slam, and just does the little, and even does the thank you. You really like me. I really like that Randy Orton we know he's in the twilight. Oh, we're going to get the double draping DDT from Randy Orton onto Carmelo and Malachi here. Oh, LA Knight, neckbreaker, breaks it up. So we kind of get all of the above. But yeah, one count. I really like that Randy's in a bit of his twilight here. We know he's not got long left in this. He's, he's long on the tooth. He doesn't have many rounds left in the chamber, but he's out here still just having a fucking ball with everything that he's doing. Like, he has gone from being the petulant child to be the most gracious giver, I feel, in pro wrestling. Like, he's willing to sell and put over anybody. Everybody that thought that Joe Hendry was getting buried. Randy knows what it does to a guy like Joe Hendry if he turns and does his little spot. BFT on a Malachi. 1, 2. Carmelo breaks it up. Yeah, great spot. Orton is huge for, yeah, he's the Swolverine. What happens when you have a good routine? What? 2 count. LA just toying with Carmelo right now. We setting up for the mic drop elbow. Act like a fucking sense of urgency, though, asshole, though. Hey, night. Yeah, Bronson Reed gets involved and just drapes over. And again, it's a fatal 4-way, so no disqualification. Now here comes Braun. We got Braun on Braun action. Everyone out there, just picture the next time you ask for unlimited breadsticks at the Olive Garden. It's Bronson Reed just out there, or Braun Breaker is going to be the one bringing your unlimited breadsticks. That's how he's dressed, like a goddamn king TGI Fridays waiter. But he'll fucking spear the shit. Yo! An RKO, a splash from Carmelo that got caught in an RKO. Randy 1, 2, 3. And on LA Knight, though, we knew Randy was going to win. LA eats the pin. Hell of a spot. Braun Breaker, he always looks like he just is so pissed that you asked for a second appetizer or you didn't tip well. But Randy catches Carmelo going for the splash on LA and makes him eat an RKO and still pins LA Knight for the 1, 2, 3. We knew Randy was going to win, but it's super interesting that LA Knight is the one that takes the pin. Malachi is saved, and now there has been the rumor that LA is going to feud with Seth going forward. So is this your way you build into this? Do you get to the draft? Do you move LA to a Monday and you get LA feuding with Seth going forward? This is how you start to build the blocks to that. Not bad at it. I really think now, so we've got Cody, Priest, Andrade, and Nakamura tonight, and then we've got Sheamus, Bronson Reed, Rusev, and now Jey Uso on the other side on Monday. So this could really get to where we're going to get just all 4 baby faces across the board going into this. So put some clothes on that child in the stands, right? But yeah. As we also got the Queen of the Ring tonight. And we got Piper, Jade, Nia, Mission, Chelsea, Charlotte, Alexa, and Candice. As I got to click through the slides. Yes, there's one of them. As yes, we do have the Queen of the Ring tonight as well. So a lot of SmackDown tonight, very much qualification matches. As we got Jacob. Yeah, we're trying to both me and the voice beyond, we're trying to race to the King Jacob. I'm all gas with it. No brakes with it. Yeah, I mean, the fucking goddamn it. Why does WWE? We're gonna sell iguanas. We're gonna sell King El Grande Americano masks and everything. I can't confirm nor deny. But why do they not have yada meme shirts and everything? Why is that not a thing? Why can I not have a yada meme scarf? I got an MGF scarf. I'd like to cheer for my favorite Samoan Fatu club. Yada Amin SC, let's go. But and they're just a merch goddamn giant, as I say this, as they've got, all their ads running for their merch is, so I'll cut to a slide if I can find the slide for our merch here. Yes, absolutely. Maybe if I'm feeling froggy, if I can find it, we might run an ad for our merch. Yes, folks, 100%. We got the merch store. We got the TikToks. We got the Instagrams. We got the Discords. We got the Twitters. We got anything and everything for your pro wrestling needs out there. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Yeah, I mean, yes. How are we feeling so far tonight as we're only through the first hour. We're about to be through the first hour of Friday Night Smackdown. And how are we feeling so far? One word, 11 letters. Yada, I mean.
Yabba dabba doo to you too.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da.
Yabba dabba doo, yada to mean.
Yada, I mean.
Yada to mean.
You gotta, I can't even roll my tongue, and you still gotta kind of roll your tongue with this shit.
It's tough.
Yeah, yada, I mean.
I feel like the CIA is out there looking for yada, I mean.
No, he got taken out in like the 80s, early 90s.
Oh, let's go. But that was a hell of an RKO. Unreal RKO.
There were some really great spots in that match. The vintage was set up for the double DDT, but we get the neck breaker on the Randy. So we still get the double DDT, but we get the neck breaker to Randy. We get a splash onto LA, but it slides into a RKO as well. How do you feel, though, that LA Knight is the one that eats the pin?
He got screwed by Seth's goons. So the Brawns come out and do a number on LA. So that, to me, just adds into it because it adds to the frustration that you feel for LA Knight. It makes me wonder, at what point does LA Knight join the Raw roster?
Well, it depends on when we get the draft. But C Money letting us know on our histories of Idi Amin, that in 2003. Yada, I mean.
His brother Yada. It's his brother Yada. We're looking for Yada. I mean,
but Yada, come on, pretty mama.
All right. Well, folks, we roll on. We are
and a yippee-ki-yay.
Okay, in the bowl. We are in commercial break at the moment, folks, and we are about 30 seconds away to getting back to the action. Lots more coming here tonight, as I believe Jacob Fatu is up next.
Oh, don't you do that. But it's one of those of how do you feel if we got Randy now who wins King of the Ring. So we've got Randy versus Sammy is confirmed for one half of the bracket. And I feel like we're about to get Cody versus Jay confirmed for the other half of the bracket. And I could not give a fuck less. Like it's so
really?
weird. Like, it's so plain. It's so vanilla. It's so just.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, not at all, because there's so much to like. Does Randy beat Sammy, adding to Sammy being dejected? Does that help push Sammy into a heel turn?
But you know deep down in your heart, no.
Sammy will turn, bro. Sammy is going to turn.
No.
Yes, you were with me. You've reverted back.
I think that we talked about this
Well, you changed your mind.
We mentioned that we got Killings involved with this, but before of the original Dastardly plan is Sammy beats Gunther, and holy shit, Seth stomps his face in, and 1, 2, 3.
I like that a lot. As we are getting Jacob Fatu. But yeah, no, and I mean the other side, the idea that we might get Cody Randy on the same card that we're getting Punk Cena, I mean, that's beefy, bro. That's got a lot of meat on that bone. There's history. I want Cody and Randy to have a fight. I like it for a lot of reasons. Cody can beat Jay. Maybe it makes Jay go back to the tag team division. I'm okay with this. And I mean, it's your top guys. So yeah, I'm good.
I hear you. This is going to sound weird to say. I just wish we had a new lifeblood, or at least the thought of new top guys being new top guys. I feel like we're kind of running back the same
But
top
they're
guys.
top
We're
guys.
re-exciting
Like, you're gonna put
tires.
your first line and you're gonna put your starters on the field. Like,
But
so,
you have to have a second line.
but you have one.
Sometimes the second line builds up to be the first line.
Sometimes, but not when the first line's rolling, bro. I mean, now
But is it rolling, or are you just putting Kessel out there because Kessel's a vet?
No, Kessel sucks. But nonetheless, but now you have the opportunity, especially with Braun and Braun going after LA. If Seth can get his hands on the belt, now you have LA kind of working that angle heading towards Seth, which I do like.
I was almost going to bring up one person, but I'll ask it this way. Is it like a Crosby or Malkin issue of where you might like start having people that could maybe take those minutes? So maybe you start winning them off. I was going to say Ovi, but if Ovi's still breaking records, I ain't moving Ovi off any fucking line.
Well, that's the thing, right? He's on the first power play unit because he stands at that dot and waits for you guys to tee him up. And I mean,
but if you're getting younglings that are starting to outdo a Malkin or a Crosby,
that's the question, right? Are they outdoing? I don't know that they are. And I mean,
do they have the opportunity to? Do they get the minutes?
Yeah, but I don't think we're like so deep in this. Like, I mean, Sammy being involved is good. Randy, we love him. I mean, what are we gonna do if Randy's not involved in something important? Randy's not gonna have a fucking rivalry with Otis. Like, I mean, he's got to do something of value.
Randy though could go away for a minute and be okay.
What do you mean go away? He was away. He just came back from the first time in 6 weeks.
He can take a week off and still be fine.
He was gone for 6.
Right.
Nick wants fresh blood. Yeah, fair enough.
Like a vampire, I need fresh blood. None of this old shit.
AEW has the entire mid-card squad in 3 or 4 main eventers. It's true. WWE rarely do face matches. Yeah,
you're about to get a lot of them. You're about to get a lot of them.
No, not really. I mean,
Sammy Rainey, Cody J.
Cody J. All semifinals if it turns out that way. Cody might not make it there though. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I think Jay's. Fuck. Actually, because of who's his face.
And Jay might not. Like, I mean, again,
I think Bronson Reed might, Bronson Reed might take out Jay.
Oh, we got clapping.
I mean, 2. Oh, hey, I heard it, but this is dope. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix, Solo?
I'm tripping out about Judge Dredd in the back.
He's the law.
I am the law.
Morpheus. Do you want the red bloodline or the blue bloodline? He was doing nothing. What? You were nothing.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lie.
So people got to start putting some respect on Solo's name, man. This man, he's doing work.
He honestly, out of the 3, might be actually the best. Like longevity wise, if Jay gave it a bug, it wasn't for Yeet, he ain't there. Solo has gotten himself out through ashes a bit even. So he's got a personality through and through. And he was supposed to just be the guy that just the muscle in the corner.
Yeah, he's really coming into his own. I would argue, when he first came up and such, and he was in that enforcer role for Roman, that he wasn't the most, even in NXT, he wasn't a great talker. He just found some swag. It's nice to see.
Right. I brought you into this world, so I will take you out of it.
I like that.
I still can't get past JC fucking fly on the wall. Fucking bug-eyed bullshit in the corner there. Who thought those sunglasses were a good idea on that motherfucker?
Okay.
You're about to get jumped.
Okay. They're really tight in on him, but okay. So Jacob cuts a promo. Solo cuts one back. Jacob makes a face and walks off.
I'm really not going to like if they debut Hikuleo on main event and then don't bring him up tonight. Like, because you're spoiling. Now, we thought they might have been spoiling that shit before. Now you've just left that out to air dry.
Oh,
Ah!
we got Chelsea on video chat with Aldis. Chelsea enjoying the hot tub, I believe.
Well, couldn't they have picked the camera up a little bit above the chest? A little bit above the chest?
But the Hervis is here.
Well, Hervis was floating. Alba,
yeah.
Oh, well, that's the thing. Is Alba going to replace Chelsea? Is that's what this is? Is this Chelsea saying, I can't compete because of my broken schnoz?
Right? I like Alba, little temper tantrum, mad that she has to fight. Oh, wait. Vega hanging up on her. Vega, Julia. Don't ask for that, Vega. That's a title that you don't want to put on the line for that lady.
Oh, no. She's going to lose. She already she looks like the teenager, like the prepubescent that came into the room.
Right. Do you not think that Vega works better when she was heelish, like when she was like Andrade's manager and she had a bad attitude, trying to like the babyface side of her just isn't getting over?
Yes and no. They get over with different audiences, and I think having the talent of Andrade helped get the rest of it over. Electra Lopez got over because when she was with Andrade a bit and everything. I think that's the perfect pairing. The Zelina now, I'm gonna say something that I'm gonna regret. It feels almost a little bit like a charity case, a little bit of like, I want to cheer for you because I know, like, I want to like you. You're talented, you're small, you're petite, you have talent, but fuck else are you doing here? Like, it's one of those of just she's the Jey Uso of the situation. You expect her to lose it. You didn't even expect her to win it, so you can't be mad at expecting her to lose it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think there's talent to Vega. Like, I'm not saying like she doesn't bring a value.
There is, but it's just minuscule.
It's just she's having trouble. That old, like, it's like Mission, right? Like, good, we like her, we cheer for her, just doesn't quite connect, and the fans don't seem to really be into anything they do.
Well, it's the weird case of when certain gimmicks, certain wrestlers get over just to certain crowds and certain crowds only. Like, you have a show in New York, you have a show in Queens, Zelina Vega's getting over like Rover. You have a show in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I don't know how much Zelina gets over. That's the situation.
Right. Yeah, it's a good question. Zelina Vega, very much so, folks. As we hit another commercial break, we are about to get the fatal four-way for the next spot in the King or Queen of the Ring. Jade, Mission, Piper, and Nia. Breaking news would be that in this match, Chelsea Green is going to be replaced. Now, is that a little bummed, like, for the Chelsea Green fans who were like, she could be queen? She didn't even show up?
No, because I think it's halfway safeguarding it because, Christ, we had it already from Ripley, Sane, Morgan, and Perez. Perez moves on. We've still got Cargill, Mission, Niven, and Jax in this one. So that's half the bracket. We've still also got Flair, Bliss. What was going to be Chelsea Green is now Alba Fire. Should have been Isla Dawn. And Candice LeRae. So that becomes very clearly a two-person match. It gets really interesting. The Queen of the Ring to me is much more wide open than the King of the Ring.
It would feel that way, and much to, I mean, as you pointed out, like the top guys are kind of making their way into it. Here, very wide open. Even, I mean, I'm really torn. I mean, I feel like Alexa or Charlotte win this one, and we'll talk about it when it happens. But I mean, this one could really I could see Charlotte being the queen, but I also know it's a Saudi show and they like their big pops. So Alexa might be in there as well. It's hard to say.
Right. Well, you could get Could you get the end of the Queen of the Ring? Fucking evolution, I guess. Of the end of Queen of the Ring is Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair, Saudi Arabia. Prince Ali, fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, again, when you talk about big stage or like putting on a big show, that's a name value show, and that's a big thing for the Saudi shows. We've always talked about it. They love name value. They don't really care about match quality. It's just like, does it sound good?
That's the thing. It's like a Roxanne Perez and Oscar. Feels great. Like that's a great match to want to see. A Saudi show, it is Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill because they don't give a shit if it's 5 minutes or 15.
Yeah.
We got the names.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Broken nose, not healed. Yeah, Chelsea revealed in an interview. I feel like she does like a monthly interview with Van Vliet, but her nose was broken in. Oh no, sorry, it was JC Jane that had the broken nose in 3 places and hasn't repaired yet. And yeah, Chelsea at home in the hot tub nursing her broken nose. So everybody got nose problems.
Well, I might want to put my nose in other places, but I'm going to go make sure her shit is.
They don't break it.
You motorboating son of a bitch, you.
Don't break it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back out of commercial break. I think we are getting an ad. Yeah, we're getting an ad for the Double Down WrestleMania back in Vegas. Are you ready? How do you feel about it, folks? Is it disappointing that they're going back to Vegas? Y'all, Jey Uso critics have gotten on my last goddamn nerve. Well, here's the thing about Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso has a lot of value, but we knew his run was going to be short. Wrestling God, I don't know what to call you. Yeah, we knew it was going to be a short time, and kind of played out the way I anticipated, a little shorter than I thought. But I don't even think Jey wins King of the Ring. I don't like that he's in King of the Ring, and I do think he could really help the tag team division right now. I did not think that was possible. Jokes. She can. There you go. Yes, it's possible, I guess. So I got Piper in the ring. I got Mission in the ring. Get your votes in. Who you taking? Who's getting the W here tonight? Jade for the win. What do you think? Nick, you said Nick Aldis was in a better mood, but I think if Chelsea Green phones you from the hot tub, you'd be in a better mood too. Here you go. Thank you. I wouldn't be. New Orleans gets shitted on back-to-back. First Super Bowl, now this. Well, I mean, that's a good point. Is there something happening in New Orleans? Is New Orleans having problems of their own? Do they not have the infrastructure for the influx of people? Is there a reason why they've been screwed? Dragunov would be a good shout out for win King of the Ring. Well, he's not going to be in it though, Damien. So Dragunov would have been cool. We're all eager to see Dragunov, Gunther. What does it look like on the main roster? When you talk about where the best wrestle, those two in the ring will nullify a lot of those claims. People will have no choice. I even know that Meltzer, I think he went like 4.75 on Chad and Vikingo. That's just some petty bullshit. You can come up with that last 0.25, you petty old man. But ladies and gentlemen, the Fatal 4-Way is off and running. Get your votes in. Who you taking? Jade, 75%. Mission, Piper, and Nia, 888. There you go. That's how that worked out. Tough question. Do you think we'll ever get Roxanne versus AJ Lee? AJ Lee seems very content with not doing it. So I would say maybe a 25% chance right now, Kyle. I mean, money talks, right? Like if you can make the right deal, but for somebody that feels pretty content, she's making a good income, he's making a good income, maybe the offer of money isn't enough. I don't know. Maybe she just wants to protect that legacy a little bit. It'd be really cool with Evolution 2 coming up. I think that'd be pretty fucking epic. Jade up and over, leapfrog. Spun into the backbreaker. They screwed New Orleans for WrestleMania. It's true. Bianca is hopping for that. Jade Storm. I mean, Jade winning Queen of the Ring sets up Naomi, because if Jade goes after the title, they have that opportunity that either she wins and Naomi tries to cash in on her, or she wins and it leads to the angle kind of kicking back off. Where does Belair fall into the mix? I think there is opportunity here for Jade. I think she's got to be a fave. But when you look at the other side, it could be Alexis, could be Charlotte. But Piper yanking Mission out of the ring. No. Mr. Iguana. Apparently, folks, Mr. Iguana as Piper squashes Mia Yim on the outside. Nia squishes Jade on the inside. Apparently, Mr. Iguana is in talks with WWE. Again, check your sources. I don't know if it's true, but there is a lot of talk about apparently Mr. Iguana could be joining the WWE. Chelsea Green. Speaking of Green, they switched WrestleMania for Money in the Bank and future consideration. AJ ain't going to back to the WWE. Never say never, Anthony, but yeah, like I said, a smaller percentage. Again, something like an Evolution being a kind of a big event could, but I don't know. She seems very content leaving wrestling in her rear view. AJ Lee would be good to bring back, but where do you put her? Yeah, I mean, I maybe it's just a one-off, Chris. AJ Lee, Roxanne at Evolution. They have a little bit of a banter for a few weeks leading into it. She has the match. She waves to the people, says thank you, and makes her leave. Exit stage right. Possible. As Nia hits the ring post, Jade with the pump kick. Oh, yeah, she would. I missed the EST on my TV screen. She'll be back. She's not gone for long. Stephanie hates AJ Lee. Is that part of... Well, I mean, again, you let bygones be bygones, Anthony. And, I mean, there once upon a time, Punk hated Triple H with a vengeance. Like Triple H said, if you're still the same person you were 8-10 years ago, you probably didn't do very well. You got to evolve. You got to learn. You got to grow. It's about business. I don't think Stephanie and her feelings towards AJ would have any impact on that. There you go. It's saying exactly what I said. Thank you, Chris. But we go into a commercial break. 3 minutes on the clock. And I got Mission kicking Piper in the face. How we doing out there, folks? Remember, hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget those little reaction buttons down at the side. They help the algorithm. They make us feel good. And are they still giving out crowns? I like the crowns. Chris in the number 3 spot. C Money in the number 1 spot. Who's number 2? Who's number 2? Oh, it changed. I don't see a number 2. I got 1 and 3. Well, get your chat messages in, folks. Get your crown. Speaking of king and queen of the ring, you could be the king and queen of our chat. Again, here's an idea. I have AJ Lee for WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, I mean, considering Michelle McCool and Booker's wife, it will come back to me. Sharmell. I mean, yeah, why couldn't AJ Lee get into the Hall of Fame? So, I mean, it's very possible. Now, does that mean she gets in a match? No. But, I mean, if you did AJ Lee versus somebody at WrestleMania and do her in the Hall of Fame all at the same time, maybe. Personal growth is lame, KJ. Sounds like a lot of work, Jose. I don't want to do that. Why can't I just stay who I was? I liked me. What if they did Punk and AJ versus Seth and Becky? Yeah, I could. I mean, maybe too obvious. And they haven't really merged Becky. I know some of us had talked about it. I talked about it. Let's move Becky into this new faction, this new dangerous alliance as, Nia giving a little bum rub to Nia. Oh, wait a minute. It's Piper's turn. So the bigger ladies are... Oh, Nia giving her a little rub. These two acting like they would be a great tag team. I got full commercial now. I got 40 seconds. No commercial here. And Mission trying to battle up, but right now Piper and Nia have been all over her. No sign. Oh, there she is. Mission's back. And Mission's down. KJ6. Well, I mean, it's not about better, bro. It's not about better. Mine's a little more aged. It's like an oak tree, right? Like you got more rings. But yeah, no, I mean, we fluctuate. I think I'm disappointed. Last week I trimmed it an inch off this thing, and nobody, not even Nick, mentioned it. So there you go. I think we both have lovely beards. Both can be true, Chris. Unlike the IWC, Nick and I will not turn on each other. The man's beautiful. I'm going to put it that way. I can hear him smiling right now. He's a beauty. WWE going to overexpose Mr. Iguana real quick. Pardon me. Mr. Noob, I agree with you. Sorry. I agree. I get that this got hot and real cool. But to me, like this idea that they're working on a contract, what are you going to sign him to 3 years? What are you going to do with 3 years of Iguana? I think it feels a little more flash in the pan. Bree talks with WWE. I saw this. Bree is my favorite of the Bellas if I had to pick one. But as much as I disliked them, I thought about the idea of like Bree and Nikki fighting Liv and Raquel at Evolution. That kind of vibe. Is that terrible in a world where there is no women's tag team division? No. Is it my favorite? No. Am I a big fan of the Bellas? No. Did I hear them whining on their podcast trying to defend the heat that they're getting? Yes. Did it make me change my mind? No. Oh, is Piper and Nia not happy with each other? Mission. A horrible Hurricane Rana. Jawbreaker on Piper. And a big tornado DDT from Mission. Give me a second. Pacey's messing with my words. Seth and Becky versus Punk and AJ would cook for sure. Again, marquee match if they could get it. I don't know. Yeah, you have Punk and Seth in an angle. Somehow they bump into Becky. Becky gets involved. And then the music hits and AJ comes to save the day. Maybe. They brought back Mickie James after garbage bag incident. Yeah, but you know what? They ate a lot of crow for that. So, and again, I said it. Punk coming back to the WWE was so shocking because of the hatred, because of the falling out, because of the words. You never thought you'd see it. So in business, in life, you don't want to burn bridges. You never know when you got to cross back one. And at the end of the day, everyone's adult, everyone's professional. And the bottom line, and this is why I was so mad about Punk's run in AEW, is it should be about business at the end of the day. They could have made so much money with the Elite versus Punk, and Punk gets guys like Ricky Starks to help him. There was so much there. Mickey was hurt. Mickey was upset, but the person responsible was released from their duties. There was an apology given. You let bygones be bygones and you move on. I know the IWC struggles with moving on, that they really hold on to the past as if it's still happening, but you got to grow, you got to learn, you got to change. The last human alive. Oh, wait a minute. Jade just got chucked by Piper and Nia. Holy shit. Wade Barrett is down. That's the biggest bump Wade Barrett's taken in 6 years. Crazy. The last human alive won't get a funeral. That is true. It was somehow pre-planned. Imagine the emotional story. WWE could tell if heel New Day lose tag titles to, wait for it, Big Truth. All the possibilities. But Big E coming back if Big E finds a way back into wrestling, it will be one of the biggest pops we've ever heard. Spaz on fire, by the way, just pulling the trigger on all of these. Thank you so much, sir. Imagine I toasted all your beards and put it right back in the beer bag. Just saying. Also, the Bella, don't joke around about things like that. Seriously, what are we doing? Also, the Bellas can main event. I wouldn't put them in the main event. Even there. Bree is a gold digger. Bella, Nikki is a wife. We got a horrible annihilator. Piper breaks up the count. Anybody feel like the crowd's been a little bit quiet? I think it would be easier for Big Nick to turn heel. He thinks he is, though. Don't tell him. Shh, Air Mike.
What did you say? What?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing. No. All right. I'm glad I came back at such an opportune time. Yes.
Let us keep our beards. I said you were a beautiful man at one point.
Well, you are beautiful as well. But yeah.
Wait, Jade's back. No way. There we go.
Glam slam.
I think Nia should. Oh, I like it. Jade Cargill steals it. Are you
did Piper kick out before the two?
She kind of rolled slowly.
Well, yeah. She was a rotunda and not a Bray or a Wyndham. Or a Bo or a Wyndham. But yeah, no, that's why I was joking of you can tell when Dad's mad, where you can tell when, Father's Day is coming up of no, keep our beers. I trimmed this and no one noticed. And
nobody said shit.
Right. No one's going to acknowledge that I hedged the fucking trim out here.
Right.
That I trimmed the bushes.
Shit. Thought y'all loved me.
I did yard work and no one gave a fuck.
I hate it. You get so mean. Hurt my feelings.
Don't like being here.
KJ Manscaped and no one noticed. Somebody noticed.
We need Manscaped to notice and we get a sponsorship.
I still say Rhea and Steph Bakur take the belts. Interesting. Tag belts? Like work together? I don't know, Anthony. But we got Naomi.
Yeah.
So Jade wins. I think Jade wins this whole thing because it potentially sets up Naomi again, as far as Naomi's got that money in the bank. Jade would be the number one contender.
Who does Jade cash in on, though?
Well, Jade would go after her show's champion, right?
That is your way of, I don't know who is her show's champion.
But that's where it would go, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got Naomi that could cash in at any moment, and I do like.
Right.
I think Jose mentions of she's kind of razor. She's Ramoned these razors now,
right? Well, she could, like, you could have Naomi take the belt off Tiff, and then Jade be the number one contender for Naomi, or you could have Jade go after Tiff, and Naomi get involved. Bounced.
Well, it's so interesting of the idea of Tiffany. Is she an afterthought now as a champion? Is she now just a log that needs to be moved because the story's coming through?
Well, I think Jade's like
her versus Nia was the story, and that story's happened. I don't know what's left that they've really done with Tiffany. I think you've established that she's been a champion. Congratulations. You can now reload, reset, what have you, of what's the next feud that she's in. What's the current story that Tiffany's involved in outside of she's champion?
Yeah, I mean, right now she's in a bit of a holding pattern, waiting for I guess the winner of this. Like, I mean, she's got to have something to do prior to SummerSlam. So yeah, you're kind of right. Like, I took a minute to remember that Tiffany was the fucking champion.
No, trust me, I got there with Tiffany. I still don't know Raw. I'm still trying to go through the Rolodex. The pages are sticking together. On
that's Io. We know Io. I love Io.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot it was
Right.
Yeah. No. And again, well, that's even barking down the fucking rabbit hole here a little bit more with this of Jade's a SmackDown superstar currently. Naomi's a SmackDown superstar currently. EO has options that might be on the table, whether it be a Rio, whether it be a Vakor, what have you.
Yeah.
Of Tiffany, she had her feud with Nia, and now it's gone Maya MIA. Now she's, like you said, she's in a holding pattern. She is just there.
Yeah, no one's really fucking with her that I can think of off the top of my head. You have to worry about Naomi a little bit, but that's generally left for the cash-in possibility. So, yeah, it's up for grabs right now. And, I don't think you can have Tiffany waiting around till SummerSlam for nothing. But Tiffany, Jade, then Naomi cashes in as a possibility.
Who cashes in first, Naomi or Seth Rollins?
Naomi.
I'd go Seth.
Okay. Have Naomi cash in and become champ, and then head into SummerSlam, Jade versus Naomi. I like that.
I think we might wait until Naomi cashes in when Bianca's involved. I think the long-term thing might be Bianca, Naomi.
Bianca, Naomi? But, maybe, but I think Jade's the one out of the three that's going to the top. So Jade's your long-term. Jade's your, this is about to be Jade's division at some point.
But I think you could have the big moment with Jade. She has her match with Charlotte. As we've got Damian Priest out here having cocktails, mocktails with Cody.
The Wheatley bus.
You want to talk about.
Right. Half the knee pad and cake folks in this chat are a few steps away from that spaz. Mr. Noob.
But no, appreciate you noobs out there on the highways and byways, still tuning in. Of he ain't watching the shows. We're his commentary. We're his Jim Ross and Paul Heyman. I love it.
Absolutely. Spaz, we saw this story going around. I think at first it was I think this is something that spiraled into somebody almost overextending just for the buzz of it all, like getting off on what it was. But it's sickening behavior. It's disgusting behavior. We've talked about it many times before. You don't work there. These people don't know you. Liv Morgan doesn't need you to pay her mortgage. There is no, be normal. And I know that sounds wrong to say, because what's normal, KJ? But be smart.
I can tell you, I can't tell you what normal is, but I can tell you that ain't it. That ain't the same shit though with fucking Dom and everything that popped up and everything. Of just, it's not cool. You're not fucking trending. You're gonna get actually in trouble if you're doing any sort of stupid shit like that and everything. At the end of the day, these people are human beings. Yeah. Whether you're watching them at the airport, whether you're watching them at the show, whether you try and follow them on Twitter, what have you, act like they are human fucking beings. Because at the end of the day, that's what they are. Yeah. That's why you have Kevin Owens and Rhea saying, "Don't harass us at the airport." The fact that we have to even discuss that accounts in person, people think that that's a thing that needs to exist, is disgusting to me.
Right. Well, we got Naomi in the ring right now. And it's kind of promo. It's kind of hard one.
I'd go pause. I was going to say I'd go through that saw trap with all them razor wire and that razor blades to get there. But yeah,
Tiffy versus Alexa Bliss would be interesting potentially. Alexa's always in the mix. You can never rule Alexa out. Charlotte, just being the queen of the ring seems fitting.
I like, though, that this has been the best Naomi. Naomi has been talented for a while, and this has been her, spotlight, her show up, because that's what the show is about kind of moment of she's got now all the eyes and the attention on her.
Right. Trish Stratus will be on SmackDown Friday. Okay, let's go. It's a 10 out of 10.
Canada, that would be the only way that happens.
What's that?
I said, are they in Canada? That would be the only way that happens, I feel.
No, I mean, we're seeing Nikki come back.
It'd be Evolve. It'd be Evolve.
It's Evolution, yeah. She's not happy. It's Tiffany coming to have a convo. I heard that too, Damien. Yeah, we're going to see, I said it before, we're going to see a lot of names. Trish, Nikki, they're really going to set up something interesting, I think, or at least try and set up a few things heading into Evolution here.
Do you not know have a deep enough talent roster that you could do that without legends that are going to just be there for that night?
I still think you're going to sprinkle legends in on what this is, on what this type of event is, for sure. Could you run the show without them? Yeah, but some of those ladies help sell tickets.
Yeah, I feel unfortunately none of them are named Bella, but I digress.
Bella sells a lot of tickets, man. They got a big fan base. They got a huge fan base. I don't get it, but they have a huge fan base.
They're a celebrity. If you want to be a celebrity, go and watch where the celebrities watch wrestling, or go and watch behind the fucking barricade and everything, because you're not wrestlers.
Well, whether they're wrestlers or not, they're Hall of Famers, and they feel like, or at least they're pitched like, and people feel like they meant something sometimes. So I don't like them. But people do.
They made me a fan of Liv.
What's that?
I said they made me a fan of Liv. Do you see it end up being to where we could get Roxanne, a Liv, or Raquel versus the Bella Twins, and then we get a Paige shows up to even the odds, and we get a 6-woman tag match?
I'd be shocked. I think we're more likely to get just Liv and Raquel versus the Bellas.
Okay.
Maybe, and even for the titles, especially in a division that doesn't have any tag teams. Maybe
they might win it.
They could. I don't know that. Yeah, I mean, they could go to a 6-woman one. I don't know.
Well, I guess more shorter question is: do you think that a Saraya, a Paige, could show up at Evolution? If we're going to bring back the Bellas, if we're going to bring back a Trish, does the Saraya, show up?
I think that'd be huge pop, huge energy. I think she'd do well. And I said it before, I think there's a value to Saraya, if nothing else, the name value of her. It's not really her fault that Tony doesn't know what to do with certain people. He really doesn't. And he didn't know what to do with her. And it never went well from day one.
That was signing people just because of name value, not of I have a plan to book you.
Right. And Naomi walking out on Tiff. So the threat is there, folks.
I'm a Tiff fan, and I don't feel confident at all right now in this situation. I feel like Tiffany's days might be numbered.
Let's go. Oh, it's Nia. Boo.
I just got Nia showing up.
So Nia was still there the whole fucking time, apparently? Just having a nap?
We've already done this story. We've already done this.
Pancakes.
Unless are we reuniting Team Bad, but we don't have a Mercedes to pick everybody up in?
Add somebody? Bianca. Let's go.
Oh, fuck. No. Well,
Annihilator.
Got it now. So
how did that become a thing?
Oh, and now, Naomi teasing of cashing in.
Oh, Nia saying no, get out. Yeah, whoever said Trisha Playboy is inaccurate, that never happened.
She was in Maple Leaf standoff, yeah. Whatever the Canadian equivalent is to Playboy.
Right.
Fall foliage, yeah.
Naomi walking off. Do we run back Nia Tiff at Night of Champions? Oh.
So we
all the tag team conference, Nick.
Yeah. DIY is so small compared to everyone, even though.
Right.
Like, I didn't even realize that Motor City is taller than them. Like, goddamn. But SmackDown has the better of the two of the tag team division. Let's be honest.
Oh, it's not even not even a debate. We've kind of lost everything on Raw. That's why I think the Usos as a possibility to go back to the tag team division is maybe needed. But we are getting MCMG.
1, 2, 3. What?
And
No, trust me, I doubt you had this one.
Being that they didn't advertise this one.
Well, and then is it interesting that they still have the statues, the monoliths there of the crowns at the ring entrance, the rampway?
No. Really pull it away. I mean, you still want to kind of keep it top of mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just, that's minute, dude.
Oh, the Wyatt 6 taking on Motor City. So we are officially getting the Wyatt 6 involved as a tag team. We're getting Dexter Lumis and Christ Almighty. Go ahead.
Joe?
Yes, Joe Gacy. Thank you. I was halfway. I had to be like, Joe Hendry? No, that's wrong.
Right.
Joe Gacy, yes.
I thought it would be those two that they've worked together. So this will be very interesting to see how they play it, how it looks, they're going in against a babyface team. So let's go.
Is it surprising not Rowan, who has a history with tag team wrestling?
No, I thought Gacy
brother and all of that.
Yeah, no, I thought Gacy and Dexter made the more sense. I don't know why. I just feel like the Gacy and Dexter are a better fit. And then you use Rowan as like Uncle Howdy's heavy, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, again, could you swap them in? For sure. Do the Freebird rule. I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, and I get to your point of maybe you have Rowan as a singles guy, or like you said, as Howdy's heavy. Mm-hmm. Say that 5 times fast.
Right. Their theme is awful. Their music is good. Their entrance is good. The visual's good. The song isn't great. But it seems like more and more Bailey's apparently getting Paramore to do her new one. More and more they're trying to get away from.
Well, and Seth Rollins is allegedly we're going to get a mainstream artist who's going to do his theme. We're no longer
Travis Scott.
No, I'll fucking fight you. I thought Metro Boomin. But also we're going to get a faction name too as well. Did you see Metro that was trying to do R-Truth's new theme, Ron Killing's theme? He's like, no, people recognize that shit, dog.
That's too funny.
Yes. New themes abound. Sorry.
That's fine. Big dog. If Trish posed in Playboy, bet your ass KG would. Oh fuck! It would. Yeah. It never happened.
The pages would have been stuck together with fucking concrete by now.
Are you kidding? It would have been fucking tarp to the ceiling. It would have been my garage door. Seth Riders. No, please don't call them the Seth Riders.
On a lonesome highway, east of Omaha.
Right. G1. He better not. I don't want to ever hear that song again. Ever.
Fiend.
That's a new entrance. Get Mexican.
Yeah. Mexican OT.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Whoa. Go ahead.
No, I was going to bring up of the alleged heat of Iguana Man. I'm skipping NXT straight to the main roster.
Heat?
Alleged heat from someone who I don't think knows even mild. He thinks mild sauce is hot.
If anyone out there is reporting, and I have not seen this, but if anyone is trying to spin it, that there's some type of heat generated by Iguana Man, they're full of shit. They're completely fucking lying. It's not even a maybe. It's 100%. Nobody is mad about the fucking iguana. Nobody. If someone is reporting it, it's every time there's something good, someone has to try and find something bad about it for the sheep to, fucking bad. It is bullshit. It is fucking bullshit. And at the end of the day, I have no No time for that type of shit. There is no way. This is just a feel good thing. No one sit back there going, "Oh, I can't believe the Iguana's getting more time than me." Shut the fuck up.
Well, no,
Bullshit.
This is exactly Charles got where the source was there. Yes, it is hot inside Dave's bedroom. All that fucking collateral and everything.
Garbage. Bullshit.
Right?
Bullshit. Everyone's got to find a negative spin as we are getting the Wyatt 6 entrance. Still love it. Big pop for Howdy and the crew.
But it's very interesting of normalizing it now. That's the weird thing is with Bray, it was always such a special attraction. If they're just slotted in the tag team, you're normalizing Howdy, and that's where it gets interesting. No. Is Uncle Howdy a weekly appearance?
Maybe. I mean, Bray Wyatt had to have matches. The Wyatt family had tag titles, IC titles. You need them involved in something.
But he still felt special. Like it was still selective choosing, I feel.
It's only special if they do stuff. It's not special if they just show up and talk. Like they have to be involved in things. And this is what the optimism here is that, I mean, don't forget, Bray had titles. Bray was a regular appearance. If Bray didn't get sick, he would still be here on this show right now.
And then he lost the title to Goldberg, and everyone got sad, and the timeline fucked up.
Right. But we are off and running. The Wyatt 6, 72% of the votes. MCMG, 27% of the vote. But yeah, no, they need to do stuff. They need to be involved. So yeah, at the end of the day, whatever your story is, whatever your angle is, whatever your heat is, it's got to pay off in the ring. And that's what this needs to happen. So yeah, we need to see them, and we need to see them doing something that matters.
I really like this though. Question from Tristan B. What did you tell me around? What?
No, the beards. We inspired them.
Oh, I thought you were all right. You already got ahead of even before I read the question of asking if our beards were inspired by the Wyatts.
Right.
Not quite. The huskiness, maybe. That's different, but yeah.
Right. Howdy chilling out, enjoying the show so far. Looks like Gacy lost a little bit of weight, thinned out a little bit.
I like this. The beards were inspired by not having to shave again. Facts.
Yeah. The beards were inspired by trying to hide the face.
No, I mean, I'm not going to go that way and say I got an ugly mug, but yeah, no. I was out there.
You're pretty, Nick. You're pretty. Yeah, it's
I'm
okay.
Beautiful in every single way.
Right now, we do have the Wyatt 6 in control of Chris Sabin. Dexter back in action.
What would be the break-off tag team name for the Wyatt 6? The Wyatt 2? How do you do? How do you do? What would it be?
They're the Buzzards.
Well, no, one's a buzzard, the other's a pig. You got Huskus and Mercy.
Right. Yeah, Undertaker said on his podcast that he had to get heart surgery. He seems to be doing okay. Didn't even tell anybody.
Well, that feels honestly Taker-esque of like, I'm not going to fucking put it over that I had to have a triple bypass type.
Right. Rowan's got a hammer.
Bludgeon my brother. What?
Right. Mr. Noob, you were right. I wouldn't say they're not like even MCMG just did the Cone Heroes and didn't get a whole lot of love for it. Like a few smatterings of woo. It's pretty quiet right now in the arena.
The Cone has got a better reaction than the Cone Heroes out there.
Big tag. Okay. Some of you went to commercial break. MCMG fighting back. The dyad, obviously.
What?
The dyad, obviously.
The schism? We're going to schism all over the place?
Schisms have been put to bed.
Have they? Or did you just schism in your bed?
We cleaned that away. Let's go.
I changed the sheets. I changed the underwear.
Alex Shelley from the top.
Which, by the way, no, that makes me fucking think. What the hell happened in the Grizzly Young Vets? By the way, speaking of tag teams that just fell the fuck off a map, did they try and go around the globe and they just fell off the edges? What happened?
I don't want to speak on their behalf, but there has to have been a moment where they looked at each other and thought, fuck, because they left like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It was real close to them exiting, or was it just after Triple H was trying to get control? But I think their timing on their exit wasn't planned well, and they've been absolutely MIA, getting a little bit of Ring of Honor time. Again, what is the point of signing this phenomenal tag team and do nothing with them?
Yeah, I literally, it's to the point to where I forgot they were on the roster. And when you have teams like FTR floundering, you have the Hurt Syndicate that is struggling to find challengers, yet you have them out there in the skin. You have that round in the chamber.
Yeah.
And you choose not to use it. And yeah, I think they were like just in that weird time of transition of, I don't know if they got released or left, which happened first, but they were one of those. They left right as soon as the new boss took over.
Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, the dilemma, like, if you look at their landscape right now, like, if you had this arrogant, like that kind of chippy side of the Grizzly Young Vets coming out and cutting off like the Hurt Business segments, and the fans are chanting at someone like the Grizzly Young Vets, we hurt people, and the Hurt Syndicate's getting over, and then they'll probably eventually lose, but they are heelish enough and weaselly enough to kind of combat the size difference. You have FTR in the mix. You have guys like the Outrunners that are there. I mean, we go back to Santana and Ortiz, Nick. Like, Santana wasn't good just sitting at home collecting a check. Ortiz was. So they broke up. Santana got the fuck out of there. Santana's having the 1.5 years, 2 years of his life, and we haven't seen Ortiz at all. But Ortiz making good money.
Is Santana the biggest fumble? And I do say this still because I hate the fucking term, but fumble that AEW's had because of what he's become. Like, if WWE signs him, he's Damian Priest, but better.
I don't. It's so hard to say the biggest fumble. You can almost do a tier list. I'd still say, to me, the whole Punk thing is the biggest fumble ever because of what he brought to your fan base, and also how much they've never recovered the chunk of fan base they lost when Punk left. But I do think that, was it Pride and Powerful Pride and Powerful?
Yes, that's what it was. Pride and Powerful.
They were so underutilized. LAX was not used. You had so much potential for them to be like a tag champs and have good runs, but to the point where Santana quits because he's like, fuck it. I know I can do more than this. And I know if you look through their roster of like 160 people, there's like 112 that are very wealthy right now doing very little work.
Right. Well, I like this though, real quick, from Mr. Noob of saying tag team wrestling is dead. They don't tell stories. It's just matchmaking. Maybe a sprinkle of story.
I feel like the SmackDown tag team division has had a build to it, and they've told the story of this division building. But tag team wrestling is not having its finest time, though I do see WWE trying. TNA might actually have the strongest overall tag team division.
I feel like we've said this for over a year, though, of that the tag team division was dying, was crippling, and kind of mentioned we're in a recession when it comes to tag team wrestling.
We're dead.
We're hoping, and that's what I'm really fucking worried about with this. Think about it. You have the Wyatt Six involved in this, and I can hear a pin drop, and that's not by design.
Everyone's just like watching quietly. The sloppy spot.
Yeah. Saban's and Shelley. So Loomis and Shelley right now in the ring. But literally, it's an echo chamber. You could hear a fucking mouse fart. This is church right now.
Beautiful. Decent cheer for that. I think part of the dilemma is like, so the music hits and Howdy and the Wyatt Six get a big pop, but the fans also really like MCMG. So they're kind of just sitting quiet because they like both teams. They're like, so we got the Wyatt Six working heel right now, and they don't really want to boom, so they're quiet. Like to me, it's not the best of bookings.
Well, that wasn't the best of tag team wrestling right there. That was you hit them high and I slide low and failed.
What just happened there?
Yeah, what was that? It was like a one, and he didn't even kick out. He just fucking no. Now we're gonna inflict pain. This is the thing is I get if I don't know who to cheer about, but I feel like I would give a shit about somebody here.
That was a bad match. Yeah, Mr. Noob, you're right. I mean, it is a bit of a stretch, but they do have this competitive kind of back and forth MCMG. They just introduced the Wyatts. You have the Street Profits at the top right now. I think that was a good decision. Pretty Deadly's underrated. There's something happening on SmackDown. There's nothing happening anywhere else.
Well, yes. Well, at this point, because it's the only show on, but yeah, the crowd is quiet.
Yeah, because it was a weird booking and it was a bad match.
Again, it's to me, it's I get it if you can like both teams, but you still would react of hey, just it was you could hear a mouse fart in fucking church out here. How silent it was.
It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign that everyone had, we know the fanfare for the Wyatt situation, and then you have MCMG. That was a big kind of hot signing as we got John and Jimmy.
Have you seen why does John Cena just look like Walter just dressed as a fucking millennial type shit?
It's
We're
like
out here hipping and hopping. Have you seen our truth?
It's like he's doing the Terminator.
I need your clothes.
Right. That's what it feels like. John Connor.
Jey Uso. Ron Killings.
Right, Ron Killings. All right, so there's Jimmy's obligatory spot for the night.
Yeah, I need your clothes, and your boots.
Yeah. Did I just hear a pin drop? Yeah, it was quiet. Like, I mean, again, when people talk about being unbiased and calling it the way we see it, not a good booking decision. You need something hot and heavy with the Wyatts coming out the gate. And then when the fans cheer for the entrance, but don't want to cheer for what they're doing in the ring because the fans like them, but I get it, they're evil, but it's conflicting.
SmackDown's had really great and had really ain't. That's what it feels like. You've had really great and really ain't. Like the John Cena stuff before of everything that started off the show a bit. However you want to look at it was still compelling of it. It still draws you in. Our truth pops up. Great. And then it was followed by a lot of ain't.
Right. The C1000. I like that.
Can he fucking meld in between the bars and everything too?
Follow the buzzards.
Yeah, Fluffy's fine. Of like when he's faking the phone call.
Right. Jimmy's fine.
Is it funny that my cat's name is Fluffy? Well, that's her secondary name. She has a gimmick name and a real name. If it's Luna and Fluffy.
You're 2-1.
Huh?
Wyatt's won. Yes, they did. Listen, I'm a big defender of the Wyatts, and I've been very hopeful that they could pull it off. And I've told people, including yourself, Nick, be patient.
Yeah,
things have changed. Yeah, this ain't it yet. I didn't love how that all played out, and the match didn't look good.
They work really well in vignettes, but this ain't it yet. This is more skeet shooting, I feel. This isn't follow the buzzards. This is put down the buzzards.
Yeah, like I think they would be better off beating up like Berto and Angel, or going into a match with like Pretty Deadly.
They should just show up in the Nation of Chaos. I don't need to have them in organized matches right now.
They put them in there, and like they're literally having the whole tag team division meeting with Aldis to decide who's getting sacrificed to them. The lucky winner was MCMG this week. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to climb the chart here, but I don't know, man. They need to be interesting.
Should it not be who gets sacrificed versus I want my lick back of you cost me, like Fraxium should be out there of you cost me a fucking tag title opportunity, everything. I want to go at them. Instead, it's just a now nutter. And why do they matter? Because the shit just went splatter.
Yeah, if you're going to go that way, I mean, again, I feel, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought there was a pretty good reception when the music hit. We're excited. But once the match started, everyone kind of went to sleep. So
hey, it's Goldberg in a microcosm,
right? But if you're gonna go that way, like you said, let them go after Fraxium or somebody that then the fans are like, oh shit, like we wanted them, like we don't really like these guys. We're not happy with this. Let them get angry, let them get emotional, let them get vocal.
Have the Wyatt 6 be the agent of chaos, be the big baddie that you have to take down. Did you hear me? I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Right.
Instead of we gotta sit here and draw straws of who, has to take on the big baddies. No, it should be Fraxium of, you cost me a goddamn title shot. Out there, Montez Ford out there, and then I'm gonna portray a Spirit of Sante and everything. No, you should be trying to gun for this team instead of they're just out there of, Miss Aldis, I'm so scared. I need to draw straws.
Right. Well, I do like the idea that they are selling them as holy shit. They make us nervous. But at the end of the day, you got to, and John Cena coming out looking for killings. Uh-oh.
Now, does this count as a 17th
appearance? Is this the second appearance? Show? Right. Next week it's DIY versus the Buzzards.
I do like this though of John Cena, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, is just so shook.
Shut your mouths. Yeah.
You shut your mouth.
Yeah, but how do you so here's the question for the chat and everybody out there. So we got Ron kind of fucking everything up and being stuck in the mix right now. Where does this play out? Where does Truth and Cena play out? Does he get added to a SummerSlam match? Does he show up at Night of Champions?
The end. You just let him be the fucking earworm in John Cena this whole time.
Just harass him for the next 5 months.
Just let him be the fucking earworm. I mean,
you think the fans are still going to be...
Could you have Ron fill in the gaps? I get you of do Ron really fast. Like unannounced.
Pepsi Phil. Pepsi Phil's here. Cena's pissed. Cena not having a good time. The bad guy getting ganged up on.
I fucking hate it here. But that's the thing is I like that, it's not a good time for the heel. I can see you of, do you capitalize? Do you strike when the lightning's hot with Ron, or do you let it run? Yeah. Does the thunderstorm pass by type of situation?
Yeah, that's the dilemma I have. And like for you and I preach patience a lot, but we know the IWC. We know the fans at large, very fickle bunch, and aren't the most patient bunch, right? Like they love him today. They'll be begging for Triple H to fire him in 5 months if he hasn't done shit.
Well, I mean, we've also got hypocrite CM Punk of, the man said he'd never go to Saudi. He lied.
Hypocrite.
You fucking hypocrite.
He's not a hypocrite. And John Cena forced him into this situation. It's John Cena's fault.
No, well, and again, my biggest thing is, does anyone realistically believe that CM Punk is actually going to beat John Cena in Saudi Arabia? I would believe you more if it was a SummerSlam. I would believe you more if it was a one night in Boston with John Cena.
Know what I would do in this fucking spot, Nick?
What?
Know what I would do? John Cena in the ultimate babyface move gives his title match to R-Truth. I'm not going to Saudi. Ron, you can have it.
Oh, Cena does it or Punk does it?
The Punk gives up the shot.
Okay, well, you said Cena, so I'm like, all right. These people are tired of being disrespected.
Yeah, I don't think it's messy booking. And I think the Ron thing was a bit of a weird exception because nobody anticipated Ron Killings to blow up the way he has. I don't find it that messy. I find it very parallel. And I don't know where it's going, so I'm trying to figure it out.
I think it's still, like, you can still predict the ending of Endgame, but it's still entertaining of how you got there, right?
Yeah, and I mean, we said that. Like, I mean, we said that there was no way Gunther was going to beat Jay, and he did. So, I mean, things happen constantly. We didn't, we said there was no way that Stephanie Vancouver was going to drop the belt to JC Jane. She did. I mean, they're doing things that we're not expecting. So I don't have a problem with that. I mean, the good news for me as a fan is I'm asking a lot of questions. I have a lot of curiosity. And that, to me, is what you're supposed to be doing. See, I'm hypocrite. I like it. He said what he said. He's fucked.
Yeah, I guess he'll never be invited to the American Gladiator set.
You say anything 5 years ago that you probably wouldn't say today?
No, I stand on business.
I stand on business. Yeah, right. Punk's hair has lost some volume. That happens. Jose.
Well,
what up, Anthony?
Keep it longer because he's getting a little bit of the patchy in the backy. If you look at Philip, he's got a spot.
These are all men 40 plus. Listen, for anyone under 40, hold on tight. It's not a fun time.
No, this is why I'm below 40 and still just, just because I know where I'm headed. So I'm going to, take it for a fucking test drive.
Yeah,
this place don't matter.
Yeah, I'm with you, boss.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I've said and done things I'm not proud of. That's why I tend not to judge people very well. I try and understand that I'm so far from a saint that I can't criticize that kind of thing. It is very hypocritical on surface, but shit changes.
Let the record state that CM Punk in Lexington, Kentucky, I can say
right.
Words, Kentucky Fried Chicken, gave you an out. See, this is a bit of, he's not fully wrong of he giving John an out of John can take some time off. Punk can carry the feud
right
on week to week in and out.
Ooh.
Oh,
I like it.
This is too good to let this ruin in Saudi. Respectfully, this should be. I want this to be the climax. This is Iron Man and Captain America fight it out over Civil War. I want to see the climax of fucking standoff. I want to see Batman versus Superman.
I get it, and but we've had this argument before. Is this the first time? Is this the last time? Is this the beginning? I have no idea. I know people got mad about Drew and Punk. People got mad about Punk and Seth. I mean, just because they book it here doesn't mean they can't run it back there.
Yeah, but I think these are a lot
one and done.
These are retirement tours. This is like, I don't expect Randy versus John because we've done that already.
They build
that. Once we expel the round, we don't have it in the chamber anymore.
It was, that one was 100% marketed as one last time, but you can't beat me. Oh, wait. You never could.
You said I'm going to ruin wrestling. I'm going to take it home.
I'm going to save it.
But see, this is the end. Why are we giving the end game away in phase 3?
What do you mean this is the end? This is the end of what? What is
because
this the end of?
Once they do this, they're not going to do it again.
We don't know that. Because
they're expelling all the rounds. This is the story that they could have used at the end. They're doing the story right now of you're going to ruin wrestling, so I'm going to save wrestling. Why are we going to run this back 2 months later?
I don't understand. They're literally going back and forth. You're saying that this is the end? Why is this the end?
Because it's the same. Why are we going to? I'm saying we're not going to do the same story again 2 months later.
How do you know that?
You're making a very strong, educated guess.
Okay. But we've been down this road. Oh, I can't believe they booked this. Oh, it's only one of three. It's only one of two. We've seen it. Cody's back with John. We didn't expect that.
Cody still could end up with John.
Yeah, he could. But so could Punk. So could Truth. You're lining up like the world is closing in on Evil John. Man, you sound like CM Punk.
I'm going to take the strap and leave.
Like, what? I don't understand what your argument is as far as like, what should they say less?
I just want this at the end. I don't want this in the middle of the book. I want this at the last. I want this as the closing chapter.
I believe it's careers at WWE.com. If you don't want this when they put it, like, I mean, it is where it is.
I'll fill out the application right now.
Right? This meal is excellent. If I just would have had it yesterday. Like,
if I want my medium rare steak at the fucking end, not in the middle.
It's absolutely cooking. And all we're talking about is why are they doing it here? Like, I mean, it's cooking. Who cares? It's fucking sizzling.
I will follow you to Mars. Marvin the Martian. Then you.
Mike, I agree with that. I wish the match was better.
I beat you in my hometown.
Yeah, but I don't think I like to see if the self-righteous always did by their own. Yeah, here's the thing. See, Money? I don't even think he's talking. Like, I mean, if he's acting righteous, I don't believe he is. Like I said, we all say a lot of stupid shit once upon a time, but this is cooking. They give a fuck. People can argue all they want about the details. Punk's a huge hypocrite. Fuck it. I don't care. This is great.
I will say this. I'm mad at how good this is and that I'm getting this now instead of getting this at the end. I'm really mad that I'm getting fucking a really good Avengers movie in the middle of the MCU and I'm not getting this at the end game type of shit.
But
this isn't the fucking finality of this. That this isn't the closing act because this is goddamn good. I will say that. I will give you that.
Punk says, and that's the truth, and walks out. So is John Cena not having a good night?
Like I said, I will give you credit. It is good.
Truth again. Truth again. Truth again. Bald truth. It's the bald truth. STFU.
He has the fucking the Minoru Suzuki fucking haircut.
The lots going on here, Nick.
Locked in the STFU.
Fuck. Get him! Get him! John Cena having a bad night.
Is this though what? Is he selling? Is this what sends John away for a bit of? Well, I was disrespected, or even I got a quad injury, what have you?
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him next week. I'll be shocked if we see him next week. Which means Truth and Punk have to carry that ball. We are in the back with Byron and Bliss.
That's a tag team and a half. Ron the Truth Billings out here with the Minoru Suzuki haircut.
Right? He's got the
instead of murder grandpa, he's murder unk.
I want to see the meme. He did it better. He did it first. Whatever.
Yo, well, fucking peacock and a half. Charlotte Flair.
The queen is here. This is interesting.
Yeah. So we're about, this match. Who do you got?
Yeah, just make it a triple threat match at this point. At least it blends. It's still like, I mean, you got to understand the champion is being chased by a rival right now, but he's trying to focus on the task at hand. And there's this jaded, angry pain in the ass, which, I mean, to me works fine in the story. To me, it doesn't have to become a triple threat. It's just literally John's not going to get a free breath as long as Truth's around. And it's going to force John to have to deal with the Truth issue first. As Alexa Bliss cuts off Charlotte, and it might be, no, I can't see that happening. Because I was wondering if Alexa or Charlotte eliminate each other from this equation.
No.
Well,
now it's almost which one of them
wins
it, because it's now this one or that one. Does the Wyatts get involved and help Alexa? Does Charlotte, the Queendom, still reign? But it does. Though R-Truth, does John Cena right now feel like the heel version of Jey Uso of the walls were closing in? That's where it feels a bit with John.
Yeah. I think since January, John's kind of done whatever he wants, how he wants, when he wants, to the point where he got the belt back. He's had no real threat. But for once, every time John turns around, there's an issue. Randy's an issue. Randy's not happy with him. Cody's not happy with him. Punk's coming after him. And he's trying to defend his title and focus on the fact that he's going to fight Punk. But this other guy, losing his mind until John deals with that. The ultimate fucking hello would be like, psych, John Cena, R-Truth working together.
Oh, no. You're going to get everyone throwing hands.
Mad. Pole. It's coming. Relax.
Fiend.
I'm multitasking.
Fiend.
But, and I forgot Gargano's wife.
Oh, Candace.
Yes.
LeRae, hey, what do you say? Hassan saying I vote for Alexa Bliss. Ron is the fly in his plans. Yeah, he's the fly in the ointment a bit.
And I believe Alba Fire is the one that's going to be taking Chelsea Green's place. We already saw Piper tonight, so that will be fun. I like Alba Fire a lot. We are on a commercial break, folks. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, be a part of the family, be a part of the shows. The channel's picking up a lot of momentum. New subscribers every single day at a good clip, and we appreciate it. We appreciate the love. We just hit 200,000 watch hours, which is insane. It's madness. I mean, we are dummying the watch time. You guys hang around with us so much. We're going to start breaking records around here. But we appreciate all the love. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow. We're back for all your favorite wrestling every single week. We watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. And we still got a lot to go tonight.
Yeah, we got a solid 45. And I don't know if we've talked about this, but I know you're going to take a pause. But 2 million views collectively on the channel. We are past 2 million views.
Did we? Yeah, 2.2.
Yeah, no, I didn't know if we'd talked about it. That's all. So I was just we're talking about impressive numbers. We're hashtag humble bragging out here. So yeah,
a little bit. We did eclipse 2 million views, which is insane. 2.214, I think we're at right now. Madness. And again, we've been so busy. It happened, and another 200,000 views happened, and we missed it. We were like, oh shit. So yeah, my bad on that one. But yeah, we just hit 200,000 watch hours. Which, when you think of how many hours y'all get together and watch, that is pretty insane. So we're flattered, we're humbled, we love y'all, and keep it up. Be a friend, tell a friend. We want to push this to that 10K mark.
Yes, folks, if you do the math, and don't question me on this, but if you do the math, you've actually watched us more than we've been here, so much more that KJ had to take a pause to figure out the math equations here. But yes, absolutely cannot appreciate it more than anything. And again, this is nothing but therapy. I feel apropos and fitting with, it's men's mental health and everything. This is absolutely, 22K watch hours. Absolutely. Of y'all been in here for the long haul. Of y'all just got in here and stuck with it. But I appreciate it. And we appreciate it. Absolutely. And again, if we be doing this, whether you tune in or not, and the fact that y'all tune in and love it, and that we built this whole community is just tenfold great. As I got Ron Killings backstage, and I like though he's fucking Smeagol of pro wrestling out right now. Of he's halfway talking to him fucking self of who takes hold or who's driving the ship. Gollum, or is it R-Truth? Is it Ron or is it Truth? Yeah, see, again, I'm driving now. It's the same thing he said to Bully and everything. I like that it's become this almost that split character. It's a little Gollum. It's, R-Truth. They're not listening. I'm not listening of now we're tired of being pushed down. We're tired of being denigrated and diluted. I can say words of that, now I'm going to have a voice. You're not going to tell me who I am. I'm going to establish who I am. So I like that this kind of pivot of a character for Ron, as we are in the way, folks. We're now it is Alba Fire, Candice LeRae, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, in the women's Money in the Bank, Queen of the Ring qualifier. So Cargill won the first one, so we've got Perez and Cargill on one half of the bracket. This winner will take on the winner of Asuka, Vacor, Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile. So this winner will probably take on Asuka. I feel like there'd be an outcry, a backlash if Vacor wins this on Asuka's return. So, I mean, Bliss, Asuka, Charlotte, Asuka takes on the winner of Perez, Cargill. I still think we could get the final as Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill in Saudi Arabia. So that might be my odds-on favorite. Those are clearly my top two. I'll take Charlotte Flair with this, but I will not be surprised if Alexa Bliss wins this. But let me know who you taking. Who takes Pink LeRae or Fire? Yeah, good question. Well, if it was Chelsea Green, it might have been a bit of a better discussion, I do say. But yeah. Of Alba Fire here, you now very clearly have two who are favorites and two who are not. Mega aren't the Oilers, the Titans now. It's the off season for the NFL. What? Well, Mega hyping up the Oilers tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow night they could definitively take a bit of a lead in this series, but even if they go up 3-2, that's not saying that they're going to win that series. That's the scary part. You think the Oilers win? Gotcha. Yes, folks, let me know who you're taking for this match. Ron Cena versus John Cena next week. Again, the only thing is you are still getting a little bit slim when it comes to these Ron Cena sightings, these John Cena sightings. You only have so many dates left. Excuse me. And we got 6 months left to get through here. And that's anticipating that some of them months he's going to be there weekly. So you got to give a little bit of a runway. Again, the RKO is getting into Nick Aldis. He's about to explode. Christian, what? I don't know how you made that connection, but you do you, boo-boo. It'll still be interesting if we ever get an actual Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton match. I think that could be a thing come a WrestleMania, what have you. It all depends on how they feel story-wise, where Nick Aldis is at come wrestling or anything. But yeah, I think it'd be a really good match. I would argue and I would say that match would be better than when we got Nigel versus Danielson. Honestly, Aldis is still closer to being an active wrestler. They have both the same size and stature. That's just going at that. So it just feels a little bit more like there's enough connective tissue that could be around it versus we're just having a cool match to have a cool match type of vibe. But I digress. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm all ears. Like, I might be fully wrong with that. But yes. Scrolling through 444. Damn, I thought they'd at least build Cena versus Truth for SummerSlam. Hopefully, they threw out the match before the match begins via schmoz. Hopefully, I spelled that right. No, I got you. Well, it is. So, is that an actual thing that we're gonna get Cena and Raw next week? Because if that's an actual thing, that's idiocracy. I thought Ron could have been the mystery opponent. Same thing with Anilia, a Karrion Kross. I don't like that they early announced that it was Jey Uso. You could have even just done and the mystery opponent is, it's just me, Uso. I think the crowd still would have reacted fine with it. And you almost might have gotten them. You would have had a bit more momentum and not had a runway for discussion and dislike. But yeah. Yes, all to set the match. So Noob saying, so all right. Someone KJ, if you can hear me, Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton means Randy would have to take Ark Hill, Mickey. Yeah, fair enough. No, we're not trying to figure that out right now. KJ, if you can hear me, anyone out there, I know I'm out here hosting the show and I got the Google machine beside me and everything, but someone that I can trust, confirm or deny for me that next week or before SummerSlam, we're going to get John Cena versus Ron Killings. Nick, pray to Cage. Yes, my deity, my big bro. But yes, no. But no, if that's going to be an actual thing of you should have, why are we giving so much away of what could be the end for John before we get to the end? Like, that's the thing, is I'm worried of, I get hiding the ending, but are you telling the ending too much beforehand? What if I can't be trusted? Well, I know. Well, you're the only one who said it, so I need multiple sources to confirm this. Mr. Noob, yes, they just announced it. All right, fair enough. So we got two sources, Mr. Noob. Trust you, but again, unlike some places, we need multiple sources. We need multiple people to check in to announce. But yes. As I got Alba and I got Alba and Canis with a suplex on a Charlotte as Alexa hits a powerbomb on everybody. Nick is dead to me. I tried. I'm sorry. I hope I can win back you, Mr. Noob. But yes. Nick confirmed it. John Cena versus Ron Killings next week. Is that I was gonna say, is it a title match? But even still, like, why? Why are you doing it? We're burning the midnight oil with John Cena out here. I feel that's my issue. We're running through all the outcomes before we get to the final outcome. Which Nick confirmed it. I don't know. The space-time continuum might tell us, as we got a code breaker from Canis onto Alexa onto Charlotte, as just everything for some reason had Grande Americano sepia tone there for half a second. Ron Killings versus John Cena is the main event next week. We're burning through so much. I know Cage is they're gonna still run it back. Right, cool. But I'd rather you just leave it untouched. I'd rather see it that time instead of I need to see a fucking sequel as Candace with a moonsault to break up a figure 8. Hot damn. Super good. By the way, this match is fucking delivering. Just saying. The only Nick Aldis. Yes, I'm still dead to Mr. Noob. So I guess I'm just Mr. Big to him, not Mr. Nick. But Alba is subbing in for Chelsea as Alexa with a 2 count here. But yeah. It's official. Cena versus Killings next week, and we've got John versus Punk in Saudi. Or do we get Cody versus Cena post? King and Queen of the Ring at SummerSlam? We're burning through Twisted Bliss for a 2 count of Charlotte breaks it up. We're burning through all the valuable stories with John too fast, I feel. Mr. Big chocolate bar. What? No, I'm not a Mr. Beast bar. What? It's a banger. Yeah, as Candice with a 2 count on a Charlotte Spear. Duh. 2 count. Candice has showed up and showed out in this match. I'll tell you what. I know she's out here just been, Mrs. Gargano at best, but she's kind of shown her value here. As Alba Fire just the buttons have come undone. We got a figure eight. We're bridging. Someone's got to get involved. Oh, and we got a Sister Abigail. So we're going to get us tap and a pin. Oh, Alexa won because Alba tapped just after the pinfall. So Alexa got the win there. That's super interesting. They just stare each other down. Thank you, Tessitoris. He's even pointing out Alba tapped out just after that. So Alexa Bliss gets the win here. By the sneakiest of decisions.
Good stuff.
Sneaky indecisions.
Right, that's good stuff. I was nervous. I thought Charlotte was moving on, but it gives a good reason for Charlotte to screw Alexa next week.
Strap on and strap in. So are we going to get? We've got Perez versus Cargill. Jake. So Cargill versus Charlotte goes out by the fucking window.
No. Yeah, because Charlotte's out now altogether.
Yes,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I said.
The issue. They're setting up the issue. I think Jade's going to win this all, but they're setting up this issue with Alexa and Charlotte. I think Charlotte costs Alexa next week.
I'm still interested where Asuka slides into this. Yeah, no, I was agreeing with you. I was saying that Charlotte's got eliminated.
Oh, I like that. Oh, after Night of Champions, we'll see who's chasing who. I like it. Here comes Cody, ready for action. We got more coming your way, folks, as this doesn't stop. I mean, It has been thing after thing after thing. I do find the crowd was also quiet for the last match and the tag match, and so maybe we are a little light on the crowd right now, but we'll see how they go here.
Could be. Are they saving it for the main event? Is this even the main event?
This
has to be 30 minutes. Well, yeah.
Lots of time, 4 entrances, couple commercials. Could be the main event.
And by the way, can confirm that Hikuleo premiered on main event.
Yep.
And as so far seen, has not shown up on the main show.
No.
Which is odd.
Yeah, I was a little surprised with that. But Hikuleo, I think, took on one half of Pretty Deadly. And then we also had a BFAB beat Julia on main event, which is irrelevant, but it happened.
Well, BFAB out there cutting promos to why she's not in the Queen of the Ring. But
right.
Yeah, how you feeling with all that? How you feeling with Ron the Truth Killings versus John Cena next week?
I think it's perfect. You got to strike right now. R-Truth, Ron Killings is the hottest thing in professional wrestling. A second place going to Mr. Iguana somehow. But Ron Killings, you got to get into this. And like I said to Boston earlier, you can't really have John focused on anything that he's doing with our truth hanging over his head, with Killings popping up and fucking with him all the time. So you got to take it head on. Now, does it end up in a schmoz? Does somehow our truth get pulled into a triple threat and we up the ante? I don't know. I don't know where this is heading, but you have to address the Ron Truth issue or the Ron Killings issue as before we get to Crown Jewel. So yeah, I got no problem. Like, I have no problem with Punk cutting hard promos. They just had Cody and Punk pop together. We have no idea what the next 4 months looks like. So to be mad that we might be getting our dessert now, I don't see that being an issue.
You want the Ron Truth and nothing but the truth?
Right.
I worry though, are we just getting too much of the buffet now?
No, because we don't know where it's going. Like, we're getting good shit, and like, so what? We have a not so good show, a not good angle. What do we do? You have
you have enough of a runway. You're telling me that there's not enough that you could get a runway alone with Punk, or a runway enough alone with Truth, or a runway alone with Cody. We don't need to have them all amalgamated into one kind of
Cody's
span.
Cody's in the King of the Ring, so that takes care of Cody. He's busy. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't even know if Cody's going to win. We think he's a front runner, but we don't know. Truth, like I said, he's the hottest thing. And we talked about, you said, like, wait for SummerSlam or wait till the end, but we know what wrestling fans are like. He might not even be this hot then. Like, we don't know that the fan base is going to keep their attention and still be screaming for our truth in 4 months. So right now he is on fire. I'd run it back. And again, because I don't know the outcome, I got to tune in to find out. I think that's what you're supposed to do. This idea of, like, I mean, again, what would you do with John now instead? I don't know. I
would just leave the Punk and him thing and just let that cook.
Yeah, but the R Truth thing, the Killings just happen.
You can still do it, but
you can't just ignore it. You have to work this man.
You don't have to have it next week.
When do you do it then? You have to do it before Night of Champions.
No, you can do it after that.
Because John needs to focus on Punk, and he can't do that with Ron running around.
But
you got to address it.
Ron running around takes away from the focus on John versus
exactly.
Punk. But John versus the match is your money match. If you're gonna make it a big situation on Saudi and everything, it should be the focus. It is the premier match. It is the crown jewel, to per se, in the whole situation, so that you let that stand alone. You can still have our truth pop up here and there and be a bit of a distraction, but he's not. You don't have the match. You don't have the payoff match the fucking next week.
We don't know that it's the payoff match or the blow off match. It could be a DQ. It could be Punk helps our truth. It could be 90 different options that could play out next week. We have no idea. But John Cena has to address Ron Killings so he can get focused on his challenger. As long as Ron's around doing what Ron's doing, it's going to continue to be a problem for Cena. So you take it head on and you try and capitalize while it's hot. I think waiting, we don't know. And I don't know what their plans are. We don't know who Cena's going to take on later in the summer. It could be Roman Reigns. Like, we have no idea.
But there is still very much the last Cena match. Win, lose, or draw is the catbird seat of that. That is special territory.
Yes, like, that is special territory for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. So do you run through all of these stories that could be a thing right out of the gate and hope that, well, maybe we'll run one back at the end here instead of keeping one that's a unique that we haven't seen yet. We'll get a payoff and a bill. We'll long term.
I think it's going to be Cody, but next week is stacked. We are getting Randy Orton taking on it just clipped by and we're talking. Alexa Bliss is going to take on the winner of the other Fatal 4-Way, John Cena, R-Truth. Next week's SmackDown looks stacked.
As they should be. They got 3 hours, but yeah, no.
So there you go. There you go, Nick. You can't have it both ways.
I can have it any way I want. This is Burger King, and I'll have it my way, motherfucker.
Right? Like, you can't. It's the voice of the IWC coming out of we want all the things all the ways we want it. It's good. It's good right now. I don't give a fuck about tomorrow. I don't.
Come. How do you feel, though, of our truth out there of I'm the one driving now. I'm the one in control of it. Feels very much that the little split personality syndrome here.
I don't know if it's split personality, but I do think it's very much of like he is dictating. He forced them into a match that he wasn't going to get. So he is driving. He's in control.
I wish someone else was in control of Nakamura. I want him to win so much, but I know he won't. God damn it. Fucking Sasuke Nakamura.
Ooh, Andrade. El Idolo.
Fucking Thanos out here. God damn. I was like, what in the Watchmen shit is this?
Spaz, $13.99. Bud, nothing but love. I haven't been with y'all from the very beginning, but I've been here since I got here, essentially. I love all the success you guys, for you guys, and Tony Rings, the O-Ring. I'm a friend telling friends, thanks for icing our wrestling cake. Glazing as much as possible.
No, that's good. Icing's better than glazing. You somehow took a nice thing and somehow made it worse.
He laughed, he chuckled, he liked it. But no, Spaz, we love it. We appreciate all the support. And again, all the love from everybody in the chat, everybody that takes the time for a super chat, super sticker. That's only helping us build momentum. And we do appreciate all of you.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of super chats, if Mr. Dude was getting mad at you of a $2 super chat of the Houston Oilers best uniform in NFL history. No,
I don't know why I got asked that, but no.
Baltimore Ravens, the blackout jerseys are still the scariest motherfucking jerseys to me, especially because you think Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, the scariest defense in history, and quote the Raven, nevermore. With that shit, that was just murder row. But yeah, no,
it was pretty good.
The old school Oilers, they're probably the best throwback, one of the best throwback jerseys, but I don't think they're the best jersey in the NFL. The teams don't even know. Does Houston or own them, or does Tennessee? We don't know.
Here comes Damian Priest. Pretty good pop for Damian coming out here.
I'd expect that from another guy.
I wasn't skipping you. I had to work backwards, my guy. I was getting there.
We reverse engineer the chat sometimes.
There you go, C-Money. He knows what's up.
Right.
This shall be interesting. Cody, Andrade, Shinsuke. I mean, really, outside of if it's not Cody, who is it?
Nakamura.
What about Priest?
The Diesel of pro wrestling.
As right now, the vote is 96% Cody, 4% Priest.
Fair. Well, it's very clearly Cody. That's the only thing. And that's halfway why I don't like it, because it's so obvious. I think I finally figured out why I don't like Priest as much. He's Kevin Nash's Diesel to me. Just kind of was always built to be the guy, but didn't fully connect as the guy, at least to me.
Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of praise. His work with Drew's been really good. I mean, again,
is he a heel or is he a babyface? He crippled a man.
He's been the babyface, and I mean, he took out a heel, so that makes him a hero. But ultimately, I'm pretty sure you were the guy that said we know how the Avengers are going to end, but it's how we get there. So this match being predictable as far as Cody goes, I mean, let's see how we get there.
Oh, fuck. But goddamn it.
Tag Stream Champions of the World. Let's go. Shinsuke rolling out.
Andrade had probably the worst case of, the Money in the Banks on Saturday, by the way, of when he got thrown off the ladder and then the ladder fell between the huevos.
Cody Rhodes. Look at the crowd cheering. Tope Cody.
Oh, as Andrade. Is this not a AEW rematch of an Andrade Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, I wonder if Brandy will run out with a flaming table.
Oh, who's the real bitch now? What?
Right? I thought Charlotte was going to win. It was a maybe. I didn't want Charlotte to beat Alexa, though. So I'm happy. But I think Charlotte's going to screw Alexa, sets up Charlotte, Alexa, and then we'll go from there.
Again, I think the Queen of the Ring's much more wide open than the men's King of the Ring.
Okay. Cody, clapped.
He clapped behind him, though. Like, what did he hit him with? His armpits?
His forearms. It sucks. You ever had someone clap your head? You're tall, though. That's hard.
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't. There's not a lot of people that can do that shit with me. Normally, I clap them. Pause.
Right. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes for the win, for sure. Like, the chat is crazy. Nobody voting Andrade. Nobody voting Shinsuke. Priest got 1 vote.
I don't like y'all. Moonsaults as Andrade takes everybody out.
I vote for Stephanie Vacour next week on Raw. That's a fair shake, Kyle. So Vacour versus Alexa. Alexa gets screwed over by Charlotte. Vacour.
Asuka comes back to lose.
Asuka should be. That's again. I mean, we got a competitive division, so anything's possible,
right? I think Asuka wins. That's why I'm saying I can almost tell you who's going to be in the finals for the men's versus I can't tell you heads or tails.
Who's going to be in the finals for the men?
It's either going to be.
No! You can't say either going to be. That's not
okay.
If you don't solidly know, then you can't say.
Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes.
You said it was so obvious, but it could be something else. It's obviously going to be this. You're hedging your bets.
Well, I'm going to hedge my head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't know, but yeah.
I can see Punk costing Cena the match next week and heating up the rivalry. Yeah, it's true. So Cena's going to be there. Oh, that's for October. So he's going to be there October. Some dates. He will be in Perth. So, yeah, Cena's, there's 3 dates right there.
That's what I'm saying. We're running down the clock a little bit fast out here. I get the whole running out the clock, but goddamn. That's right. The thing is, I wonder.
What do you mean running out the clock?
With John, he's only going to have, 18, 17 dates left after this. So that's what I'm saying of. If we're going to, you already expected 3 days right there. So now we're dropping into the 14s, the 13s, and we've still got X amount of months to go.
July, August, September. We got 3 dates in October. Yeah, I mean, they're going to spread some of this out. And maybe that is the urgency. Again, we don't know what the plan is. So there's the sense of urgency to get John into these things. Yeah, that would, kind of tie into this.
Well, now, do you just add John into shit and you hope that people don't recognize that he had so many dates and we just add extra dates onto the calendar? Do we go from 25 dates to 30?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna tweak the dates. I think that countdown works so well. Don't tweak with that idea at all. But I do think, like I said, I only expect to see him like 3 times, 4 times in July. After SummerSlam, he'll probably go missing for a month and a half. Then he's back in late August. You get him ready for September-ish. So I'm not concerned about the dates.
Fair enough. Well,
I assume they have a plan as well.
I don't know if they got a plan, and I won't go missing for a month, but I will go missing for a minute.
There you go. Nick taking a pause for the cause. Right now, we are in a commercial break, 10 seconds from the return. Damian in control of Cody. Why did all these people show up to a wrestling show to be quiet? It bothers me. But Shinsuke has Andrade set up. No, we do appreciate that love, Spaz. Cody wins. Randy turns heel and costs Cody at SummerSlam. What if John is lying about how many dates he has left? I mean, that again, kind of part of it. You're not totally off, Jose, in the sense of he does it on his own schedule. And again, he's been announced for some things in October. We're pretty sure he's going to do a show in December. But we also don't know how this goes and what it looks like. I think we should try and enjoy the ride. Wouldn't that be more fun? Wouldn't that be more enjoyable if we just kind of sat back and enjoyed it? We're mad. We're pre-mad about what could happen. And what if what is making you mad doesn't happen? I don't know. Looks half decent, Q1. I'll definitely be looking for it. All tag teams are undercarders now, for pretty much, yeah. I don't know what the original question was, but I would agree. Boston, my answer to all your questions is who cares? And I don't know why you do. I don't think Ron is truthy enough. He's quasi-truth. He's semi-truth. He's the migraine of the truth. He's a Diet Coke of truth. Just 1 calorie, not truthful enough. Yeah, I don't know what any of that means. I think he's not trying to be the truth. He's trying to be Ron. The truth too nice. The truth too diet. He's trying to turn it up a little. 15 commercials, 3-hour show, 5 an hour. That's a lot. Right now, Damien on the top. Again, Cody jumps right up to the top. The crowd, nothing. Shinsuke knocks both men down. Yeah, like, what are we doing? Enjoy the ride. Some of the wrestling fans seem like they'd be terrible to go on a trip with. This flight sucks. This taxi sucks. This place sucks. We're going somewhere cool. Relax. Some sort of DQ at Night of Champions, and it ends up Cena versus Punk versus King of the Ring. Could? Yeah, maybe. I mean, we just had Cody and Punk bump into each other, kind of address the fact we can't run from each other forever. Some point we're going to have to do this. I guess the true answer would be a lot of people want to do what we do. A lot of people can't do what we do. We have nothing but love for anybody that's helped this channel get where it's going. We're still really good friends with almost all but a couple. Things change, but Will's doing great. He was actually he lives about 5 hours north of me. He's damn near the Arctic, and he actually might be further. It might be 8 hours. Regardless, he's actually getting time on local TV. The others, I'm not really sure about. They're scattered around. Our boy CJ Brand still pops in and out from time to time. Miss Rose only lasted a hot minute. Don't know where she is. Don't really care. But yeah, like what is happening? Damian Priest taking it to the competition. He's been good tonight. Again, I'm a little more of a Priest fan than others, but I think Priest looked good tonight. Shinsuke almost had it until Cody. Down goes Andrade. Big kick to Cody. Randy Orton, Cody final. That's what I think. Right? But we can't call it predictable if we don't know what's going to happen. Sammy getting to the final is a possibility. But now, does that mean Sammy Randy? Right? Yeah, Randy Cody. I like Randy Cody. I've been hoping for Randy Cody. It makes a lot of sense. And then you do open up the door, the opportunity that whatever happens with Randy and Cody could impact, say, Cody wins King of the Ring. We anticipate Cody's going to win the ring, the King of the Ring. He goes on, but now Randy's pissed off that Cody beat him to get the shot. Does Randy circle back around and fuck with Cody? Again, I feel like they're doing a good job at creating questions and possibilities. Ronan saying the same. Mr. Noob agrees. We're getting Goldberg on Monday. Ooh. Oldberg. Right? Love that kid. He was like the littlest of brothers. Cody went through the table. Yes, he did. My bad. 16. I'm on commercial break 0. I think we've had 3 total shutdowns. You don't like the sponsored tables? You haven't seen those yet? Snap into a Slim Jim. Did you get it? Snap. As Andrade and Shinsuke. Oh, wait. Shinsuke turns on Andrade. Nakamura trying to play up to the crowd. This crowd is fucking quiet. I would argue that this match has been enjoyable enough for cheers. The Slim Jim table snap. Yes, they do. Snap into a Slim Jim. It is kind of funny. I don't even care, but I think it's kind of funny that they now have Slim Jim tables. It's more haha than what the fuck. The crowd breaks into a Cody Rhodes chant as Shinsuke kicking Andrade in the chest. No, Berg. If I had my vote, it just doesn't. Goldberg to me is a guy that he doesn't seem like he has a whole lot of redeemable qualities. I'm just not a fan of the guy. I'm not a fan of his attitude in interviews I've seen. I'm not a fan of his wrestling. I didn't really, like, I mean, everyone kind of got caught up in the moment of what Goldberg was once upon a time. But even then, I kind of wanted some of my favorite wrestlers to beat this 3-move hack. No way, bro. I ran so far away, dude. No, I'm not doing it. I'm thrilled not to have 15 fucking commercials. The crowd was so outpriced, they sold their cheers for tickets. Okay, that's deep, man. We can't afford to cheer. Now, in Toronto, when the Maple Leafs priced out a lot of the fans, you ended up with like a lot of corporate fans, and you had a lot of business people going to Leaf games, and they were boring as fuck. They didn't cheer. Playing in Toronto wasn't the most exciting thing. The fans weren't great. That is the risk of the price of your tickets. Double backflip. Andrade's so underrated in this fucking company. But that does become your fear, Nick, is if the upper class buys all the tickets, they tend to be boring as fuck. For some reason, being rich and having fun don't go hand in hand. It's all us poors that are having a good time.
Well, I am poor and having a great fucking time, my guy.
Right.
We haven't been outsold. We aren't, we don't play to the hoity-toities. We play. Right. I got friends in low places, my guy. Yeah. How do you feel, though, of the voice of the Maple Leafs? Got one season left in him.
Yeah.
Good old JR of the Maple Leafs retired.
Man, dude's a legend. So there were times where if he was on the radio, you would mute the TV and listen to his play-by-play on the radio. And
which is what we are, folks.
Yeah.
Listen, take notes.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree, Nick. It's so funny. But a legend, an absolute fucking legend. I'm going to miss him.
KJ auditioning for the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs come 2026.
I mean, hey.
The good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game. It's the best game you can play.
I love that you know that.
I grew up with CTV and CBC, my guy. I grew up on the fucking border. Channel 4 and Channel 10 were Canadian broadcasting. I 100%. That's how I know about Trailer Park Boys, all that. I got Canadian news before I got local news.
That's so funny. It's funny because, like, yeah, when I was young, moving around, there was times where all I had CBC, CTV, and I think we got Fox 29 once upon a time.
Don Cherry to me is the voice of hockey and everything. That's 100% when I think of hockey. And I'm
sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. Andrade hits a crossroads better than Cody hits a crossroads. But yeah, my go-to team, despite being Yankees fan, was the Expos.
And they were solid.
I watched McGuire when he was in the home run race at the Expo Stadium.
Yeah, amazing. It was a crazy venue until it started falling apart. It's like literally.
You had Vlad and Pedro, and now that's why halfway you had the Blue Jays, because you got Vlad Jr. I just want him to be a Yankee.
Right. No,
I want to see you in the right uniform instead of the wrong one.
He locked down for a hot minute, sir.
Fucking money talks. Double Cody Cutter.
Oh, Cody with a bit of a stinger on that arm. Damian stepping in. It's been a hell of a match, guys. How are you feeling about the match?
Razor's Edge. Oh, pops out. Cody Cutter across the ring. But that Cross rolls out. So who do you pin?
Who?
Andrade. Oh, Crossroads. I'll show you a Crossroads.
Andrade doesn't need to. Oh, Shinsuke.
Shinsuke, the Katahachame.
Katacha.
Oh, he's going to do his own.
Oh, reversal.
Quit talking about it and be about it.
Another. Shinsuke going to take the pin. No, Damian's going to grab that foot. Oh, no. Cody gets it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Knocking no more on heaven's door.
2-for-1 cutter. RKO'd. RK. I don't even know how to put that properly, Roddy.
But so again, you're telling me Jay's not winning Monday, so we're gonna just get babyface mania for King of the Ring.
I don't think so.
Who wins it? Does Sheamus? Bronson Reed's your outside chance. Miro doesn't win it. Miro's the worst, the least likely. Sheamus second. Bronson Reed would be your best case. Jay wins it. You get Jay versus Cody. And then you get Randy versus Sammy. You get babyface. You get a lot of run back. It's all babyface. It's all the Bronson Reed's the only way you don't get all babyface.
I don't want Jey Uso to move on, but I think LA Knight's going to screw Bronson.
But I wouldn't even. Would you have been okay if they announced on the show, like? And the last participant is, it's just me, Oos. Like, that would have been almost better than announcing it ahead of time.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have, especially when you make a fucking graphic with a mystery man on it. Now you got to fucking undo.
Now the mystery has been revealed.
You fucking assholes. But
Cody kissing canvas as we go off the air.
We go off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, that is SmackDown. That is the show tonight. We are done. We are in the books. How did you feel about the show? We take a rating out of 10 every single night. How did you feel about it? The match was predictable. I mean, yes, it was. We did expect Cody to move on. Again, the when the first place team shows up in your town, you got to hold on. You're probably going to take a beating, especially if you are the fucking District 5. So I have no problem with Cody winning this. I think there's more to be told there. But, I didn't expect Andrade or Shinsuke to do it. But Cody advances.
I have problems that no one feels new in this. That's my bit. That I said this earlier. That's my biggest problem. Yeah, this feels like redundancy.
But Cody, your theory was that Cody
not was just specifically Cody, of across the board.
Oh, okay. So Cody is involved with the scenario. Jay, I don't love Jay being reinserted, but Jay's a main event guy. Like, what I don't know what to do. Like, we're going to use the main event guys in main event spots. I think this is leading to Randy and Orton. Randy and Cody. Then Cody beats Randy. Then Randy's pissed off at Cody, and Randy costs Cody later down the road, SummerSlam probably. So, it all fits together. I hate they're running back Tiffany and Nia. I feel that's lazy as fuck.
You think that's lazy, but running back Cody and Cena or anything isn't?
No, but you said Cody was going to be the guy that like dethrones Cena.
Yes, so I don't need it now. It's the same reason
You're not
why
getting it now.
We might. There's a strong potential. My ultimate way out of this is you get Sammy versus Gunther, and you get Sammy Jay's the final. Sammy goes over Jay. If I'm going to be a world champion, you get Sammy versus Gunther at SummerSlam, and Seth Rollins cashes in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Sammy wins the King of the Ring. I don't. I could be wrong, but I mean, it's just a guess. But I mean, again,
screwed over Ron being out there in the final situation too, because he's going to have that match next week. So my dastardly plan of Seth cashing in on Ron's gone too.
Well, I don't think they were going to run Cena and Ron killings at SummerSlam. I don't. And again, the fan base, I know they're jazzed right now. You got to strike where that iron's hot with this one. Again, you got to put cool shit on your weekly shows. You got to fill them up. They're not built like Cody winning King of the Ring sets him up for SummerSlam later in the summer. And then that heads into, again, I think time off for John until he comes back through heading towards some of the other pay-per-views. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like you said, there's only so many dates. You can't just take your time with it. We gotta make these dates matter and build towards something. So for my money, I think that Cody's integral part of the story. Anyone else winning this doesn't make sense. He's the only guy they built to win this.
You don't think that they could do a Sammy Gunther? As I do see the LA Knight versus Sammy group.
But no, what's ironic, Nick? We've seen Sammy Gunther, like Sammy took the IC title from him. Sammy already got beat by the champion, yet you're telling me we can't run back John Cena Cody. But Sammy Gunther for the third or fourth time is okay. So again, this is
in almost 12 months. In almost 12 months versus something in 2 months. You're trying to pitch 10. There's a 10-month difference between what you're saying.
You're saying it feels redundant. It feels repetitive. We've already seen Gunther Sammy a bunch. They had multiple rivalries. So
I'm thinking the lesser of all the evils here. What do you want me to say? Like, we already know it's either going to be, so what? We get Randy versus Cena, which we were supposed to have as the last time. We get Sammy versus Gunther. Maybe we get that Sammy wins, Seth cashes in.
By your theory,
everybody's hearts out. We get Jay versus Gunther for the third time.
Yeah, but by your
Cody versus Cena for the second time.
By your theory,
like what other option do you prefer?
But again, you can't. You're literally saying that this is repetitive, but the other thing that's repetitive. I mean, by your theory, it should be Sammy versus Cena.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, but that would be new. That'd be new. That'd be different. They haven't done that. By your theory, by your methodology.
Fair enough, but I mean, so is that the outcome that you would have of Sammy wins this and he chooses
Sammy's not
to
winning.
Take on John Cena at SummerSlam?
No.
And that would be interesting. I'm taking out the baby face. I'm ripping the heart out of what is wrestling. I'll give you that. It would be unique. I will fully agree with that.
Yeah, I don't see them doing it. I don't think people are overly going to be thrilled if that's the SummerSlam main event is Sammy versus Cena. I don't think anybody's going to want to see that.
Do we have a SummerSlam with no Cena? If we're talking about cutting dates,
we
have a SummerSlam with no Cena?
Well, it looks like Cody's your front runner, so I imagine we're going to get him. But yeah, 2-night SummerSlam with no Cena on his farewell tour. We're getting Cena.
Fair.
8 out of 10. Who's with me? 8 out of 10. 0 to 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Mystery Stardust next week. Let's go.
Iguana Man.
Yeah, put him in. That would have been cool. 8.5 out of 10. People love him. 16 commercials. 5 out of 10. Ooh, that's a low score, noob. Just based on the commercials?
I mean, they are an attraction. I know you were out there fucking hot dogging a grandstand. No, hold on. You can't sit there and ask me to fucking talk and then sit there and cut me off.
I didn't ask you to talk.
You were hot dogging a grandstand.
Yourself.
What else is new? But you were hot dogging a grandstand. If I only got 2 commercials, I get no commercials. Well, that's nice for you. Well, we don't get that over here.
I know.
We got tariffs on our commercials.
I know. But, it's good to have one up. 8 out of 10.
You're hot dogging and grandstanding.
7.5. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was Nick Aldis, living La Vida Loca. In a bad mood, he had to put up with Chelsea Green, R-Truth, John Cena, and Naomi promos, screams, black cats, and voodoo dolls. Jesus Christ. Way to get that in there, Christian.
I am amazed at how you can always slide in fucking Ricky Martin into one stream a night.
8 out of 10 from Damien. 0 out of 10 Slim Jim tables. We got a new thing to gangbang on. Slim Jim tables. I love it. If I was Slim Jim's, I'd be like, this is genius. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Well, I said it, I think, the first time we saw it. Just you got to snap into a little Slim Jim before you can break the table there. I don't hate it. It's to me a bit like the Fireball ladder of, yeah, I can be upset about it and pretend I can gripe about advertisements with it, but it's not too bad. It doesn't take anything too terribly away. I still think you have the best argument in the game of everyone that's mad about the advertisements on the canvas, go and look at New Japan and then let's talk. Because they've been doing it for a hot minute of, I didn't know Final Fantasy games were coming out outside of watching New Japan shows.
Right. I think it's just one of those things. I'll never include things like advertisements in the rating. It to me now, we're just like, it doesn't affect anything. It didn't.
Oh,
change.
It does. Sometimes it's abusive.
So they pull out a table, set it up, and you're like, "Oh, I can't watch." There's a
no, but the Saturday night main event of when I got a clothesline from Braun Breaker through the table and then commercial. I get a moonsault to the outside.
I mean, the commercials are a different thing altogether.
That's the thing.
But no, commercials are different.
That's what he was advertising. 16. That's what he was talking about. It was 16 commercial breaks.
No, we were talking about the Slim Jim tables.
Oh, well, yeah.
But yeah, completely different topic. But the Slim Jim tables or the advertisements on the ring mats, like, I mean, I don't notice them. I don't. They don't impact much. Oh, I'm blind. It's yellow and red. I don't. Fuck it. I don't care.
Does the table break less because of the fucking placard?
Snapping.
It snaps even harder.
Right.
That'll be the next part of the commercial. Sit there and just a highlight of blam, blam, blam. That's when you bring back the Dudley Boys. Snap into a Slim Jim. Snap through a table. Holy shit, that's where you need to do this. Bubba Ray, I know Ron fucking tore you a new one. Here's the way that you can
get revenge.
Take the money.
Right. I felt like King of the Ring should be used to push guys who need to be pushed and do not. That is one of the things that has kind of been lost in this King of the Ring tournament. I will be honest. I think it was really fucking bad that you did like a bunch of fatal 4-ways. I don't like it at all. If I'm being straight with everybody, I want a bracket. I want the bracket to matter. You win a fatal 4-way and you eliminate, fucking 75% of the competitors. They should have started this a couple weeks ago. You have 3 hours on SmackDown. You have 2 hours plus on Raw. This could have been something that started already and was building. Unfortunately, it feels a little bit rushed. I have no problem. Not all King of the Rings were used for guys that were needing a push. Not all of them. Most of them, though, back in the day were. It's a valid argument, Boston. But they're using this.
Owen Hart and Austin 316 would like to have a discussion with you. As far as King of the Rings that weren't there to get pushes and everything.
I just said the vast majority.
I know. Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing with me and supporting.
Exactly. So now, come March, we're going to get a 64-man bracket of who's going to be King of the Ring.
Let's do it. A whole year tournament. Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking see who's left. But back to the 16 people with you don't have to do extra qualifiers, but a nice 16-man, 16-woman bracket, and you break it down 16 to 8, 8 to 4. You make it matter. You build stories within it. Do more than do the semifinals and the finals at the pay-per-view. That's how I would do it, like the old school did it.
Well, is that the interesting thing of you go from here with 4 people involved in each match to semifinals? You went from 32 people to 4.
Yeah, it feels like we went from the qualifiers to the finals.
Yeah.
8 out of 10. Jay Gunther, 5th time. 5th time? Thank you, Anthony.
5-time.
5-time. 316. How did you feel about tonight, number wise?
Oh, yeah, gonna like me.
Look at all the 8s. I love it.
7.
I'm with you on 7.
Oh, holy shit. And I thought I was low.
No, it was a 7 show. It was good. The crowd was not into it, so that always impacts how the show feels.
Does the advertisements or the crowd weigh heavier on your rating?
The advertisings don't weigh on my rating at all.
Okay.
They never have.
The crowd.
Yeah, the crowd impacts the feel of the show, like, dramatically. The commercials do too, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to punish like the wrestlers in the show itself for there being commercials. I don't get the commercials, so it doesn't bother me at all. So that's even harder. But I think that at the end of the day, the sponsor, like the ones on the tables or in the ring, I don't give a fuck about. Commercial breaks, 15 commercial breaks. That's a lot. That's 5 commercial breaks an hour. 3 minutes because I get a countdown clock. So that's 15 minutes per hour. So 15 out of your 45 is commercial.
We don't even take pauses that fucking frequently.
No, not at all.
Anthony should have been an 8-4-2-1 match. Well, an 8-4-1 match, but yeah.
But listen, I think they got a lot going on. I thought tonight was a little meh. The Wyatt 6 and MCMG was clunky and a little bit sloppy. Didn't love it. The Fatal 4-Ways were good, pretty good. I thought the women's one with Charlotte and Alexa. Who else was in that goddamn match? Mission
and Candace.
No, that was the other one. It was
Candace. Well, you had Candace and
Alba.
We literally have it on the screen. It would have been Alba, yeah.
Alba, yeah. So so that I thought was maybe the match of the night, like overall. The John Cena stuff with Punk, I love. I don't care if they're doing it today, tomorrow, next week, next month. I don't give a fuck. It's good. What they're presenting to me right now, just based on what I'm seeing, it's awesome. R-Truth, star of the show tonight in a lot of ways. Love it, what he's doing. Now we're going to see. But I mean, I really can't complain about what we're going to get. I just feel like tonight was a little bit light.
R-Truth, CM Punk, John Cena. It's all I need to care about or watch from tonight. And I'm halfway now with hearing you talk of almost moving to a 6.5 instead of a 7. I might be sliding down the scale here.
I think the matches were good enough to qualify for an average show, like a B-, C+ kind of idea. That range for me tonight. Like, it was good.
Fair, but does the 3 hours also mark it down?
The 3 hours, it doesn't matter how much they shove into a show. I think the 3 hours, and we've said it forever. We said it when it was Raw. It is very hard to do a solid 3-hour show from start to finish.
It's still interesting that WWE, you can still, like, they're a 7 on a 3-hour show, 6.5 tops, or what have you. But like 8 hours that we were here for Saturday felt fine, but like a 4.5 Double or Nothing is getting Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I think in the Double or Nothing, I think with the AEW stuff, it's just burnout. It's, they come out of the gate hot and they can't maintain it. I think the WWE is almost the opposite. They're playing a long game, but it's boring. Like they're playing ground and pound. They're the WWE is like the George St. Pierre.
GSP,
GSP. Right. They're just laying on you, and you're like, fucking 5 rounds. Are you laying on me? Yeah, like they're playing for the long game. Tony is fucking just coming out swinging and then gassing out. That's his problem. He's gassing out early.
You heard it here first, folks. AEW is Kimbo Slice. WWE is George St. Pierre. They're just pointing you out with this situation. Kimbo, AEW's out there just hoping to hit a haymaker and most likely getting starched out.
Starched out for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, that is SmackDown. We are on the road to Night of Champions. We got so much coming your way. Tomorrow night, we are back for Ring of Honor, Cage of Horror, 7:45 p.m. live on the channel. We're working on more stuff. We got more members only coming up. We got more fun planned, more streams, more pay-per-views, working on as much as we possibly can bring you. We appreciate all the love, all the attention. Thank you for being here. Go check out all our socials. But yeah, not a bad show, not a great show tonight.
Yeah, very much in between, but absolutely. The more you help spread the good gospel of wrestling out there, just helps us keep doing more and more. But yeah, so I guess we're in agreement of we're sevens all around. Of we hit the jackpot on the slot machine, if we all hit sevens. But our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put that poor life with it.
All right, folks. See you tomorrow for some Cage. See you on the flip side. Good night.
Oh, do it.
I'm trying. I hit the